Live. I was trying to harmonize. You moved with me. Bow, bow.
Story that you think you heard.
Bow, bow, bow. This is what I did. This is what I did at the sing-along. When I went to the one time I've been to a sing-along show, I got so overwhelmed and confused I started doing the band parts. So do it again. Go from listen up. I'll show you what I did.
Listen up, let me tell you a story.
Bow, bow.
Story that you think you heard before.
Bow, bow, bow. That's what I was doing.
I see.
I was doing the whole time. Hello everyone. Oh my god, hey.
We were in sync, and that was really weird.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Oh my god, hey. Who's building who? A great question. I hadn't thought it through. Well, we figured out with the release of the Wicked movie a question we'd never really answered before, but we figured out which of us is an Elphaba and which of us is a Glinda.
Yeah.
So I guess we know the answer to that. It's not Wicked Wednesday. No, it's a theatrical Thursday. Let me just tell the good people of Instagram.
Hello, everyone. On TikTok also.
Live and building Wicked Lego. Did you see the teaser Hamilton was posting? I thought the teaser Hamilton was posting was just, we're in so many places next year, come watch us. I wasn't getting teaser from it, unless you've seen something different to what I've seen. I was literally just getting...
I'm trying to think, are we near? We're not near a cast change anywhere, because we already know who the UK tour cast are in rehearsals.
They posted something on their socials with like all these different places. Different places. That's a
international tour?
No, it's places we already know that they are. It's just them flexing on how many different places that they're doing Hamilton. Don't worry about getting me in it. It's fine. We could prioritize the Lego. Hamilton is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Gosh, they grow up so fast. I'm going to tilt this.
Have we seen the tempest yet? Not yet.
I was just looking at tickets earlier, actually, because for anyone under 30, there are still plenty of under 30s tickets for the Tempest.
Yes.
So that's what I'll be trying to do.
And we are still under 30.
Because I think in 2025 we should get as many under 30s tickets as we can.
It's our final time to.
It is, because I lost the best of those under 25 offers to the pandemic.
Oh, Grace says, yeah, I'm confused by how many people seem to think it's a hint for OBC coming back.
Hadestown's got everyone excited.
Yeah.
Listen.
Like, my big thing is all the pro shots that we're waiting for. I feel like that's a bigger focus of energy. There's, as a heads up, I am near certain there is going to be a lot of news coming out in January.
I think next week is going to be...
Get ready for busyness. There were announcements that really normally every year should have happened in November and December and did not happen.
Regent's Park has got to be coming soon. Chichester's got to be coming soon. What's happening at the Barbican? What's happening at the Barbican?
What's happening at the Barbican? Wicked cast, Hercules cast.
Yeah. I've still only seen the Wicked movie twice. 2 times.
Don't worry, I'm not breaking it. It tells me to do this.
We might not do very well with questions today. Apologies, everybody, because we have a task.
What I think we'll do is we'll probably alternate. So one of us will be in charge of questions and one of us will be focusing on doing.
Erin is live on TikTok, yes. I want to build Lego though.
Yes, we are live on both. I am live on TikTok and Mickey is live on YouTube.
Oh! That's not what I expected.
What does it look like? It's got like a food delivery.
It's HelloFresh.
No, you know what it looks like? It looks like popcorn. You know, like microwave popcorn pouch.
It doesn't look like popcorn.
That's 4. That's 2. That was 5 packages.
Yeah.
Which is funny actually, because isn't that the same as with... We are building this one, by the way. This is what we got at one of the Wicked screenings.
Which is the one that we wanted.
Yes. So we're going to build this one, and we've got a section ready for it. So it's very exciting. We are going to be building Lego to go up in our flat.
Right. Okay. I'm just telling the people of Instagram so they know where to find us I've had an email. What's this?
There we go.
Oh, it's not an important email.
There we go. I feel like my TikTok was just having a wild day. I think we're there.
Okay.
Are we there? Hello, TikTok people.
Look to the western sky. What are the chances of Two Strangers tour? I'd say pretty good. Hopefully we get more news on plans on either side of the Atlantic for Two Strangers this year. Because it's now 2025. Mickey, when are you planning on watching the Oliver revival? Hopefully this month. Okay, we need to open these to see how loud.
Yeah, they are really loud.
Something's gone wrong.
Apologies.
I'm going to change this to live chat. Happy New Year and good morning from Australia.
You can set a goal. I've never seen that before.
What does setting a goal mean? Oh, I don't need to do that. That's fine.
Weird.
Okay, this is number one. Number one. It is. I get to build a window. You're so right.
Oh, there's one of the little orangey, like, flick, flick, flick.
Can we put these somewhere? Because this is not. That's not going to work. Wow.
It worked.
I'm a flathead.
What was that? That was 5.
It's a wicked joke.
And then we're going to need to go for 4.
These are so loud. Can you please?
I was just bringing very good comedy.
This is too much. This is too much.
Was it too much?
I'm immediately overwhelmed. Okay. Let's just tear this off.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, I mean, it literally says open and tip it out. So, yes. This is Glinda. We're making Glinda.
We're making Glinda?
Yeah.
Oh my god. One's down. What's this?
Oh, and there's like a little one inside.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
maybe we should take it in turns.
I think we take it in turns.
I'll chat to the people.
Yeah.
Have I heard of the play The Foreigner? No, I have not. William, you saw Mufasa in IMAX. Did you enjoy? That'd have been a great experience because that's a stunning looking
I feel like
film.
IMAX makes a lot of sense.
Do we know when the new cast of 6 in the West End will be announced? Good point. No. Soon. We're waiting on the 6 cast and the Wicked West End cast. We're waiting
6 normally announce when they start rehearsals. They normally start right before they start rehearsals normally.
Yeah. What show are you most excited about for the new year? That's a great question. What am I most excited about? There's a few. I just feel like we're waiting on like things to be.
Yeah, I feel like there's more things we need to know about.
London, Shucked, Regent for Over in Theatre, and Broadway, maybe Dead Outlaw.
I'm intrigued by Dead Outlaw. I still don't know. Ooh, oh, that works.
That's fine actually. Yeah.
I don't know if Dead Outlaw is going to be like our show or not. It's quirky, which sometimes is very me, sometimes is not.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I wish Why Am I So Single would stay in the West End longer? I wish, if I'm wishing, I wish that it had kind of gone on a route to build itself up so that like what it's found now, like the momentum it has now, if it had had that before it even got to the West End, I think it would have served it a lot better. Every challenge is a lesson to be learned. Thank you, Tyler. That's very nice. Sam, you saw Dead Outlaw off Broadway. Was so impressed. Hope it does well. Worry about the theatre it's going to. The Long Acre does seem challenged.
I mean, show struggled to live in that theatre. Musicals have struggled.
Yeah. News on MickeyJoTheatre live dates. People have been off work for Christmas, and so I have not been able to. There's a small amount of conversation. There's one date that needs to be moved, and until that date gets moved, we can't put them all on sale. So I've been waiting for a good time to email people because I don't want to WhatsApp people on like Christmas Day and be like, hope you and the family as well. Well, by the way, what is your availability? Good morning, everybody. What show right now do you think is the front runner for best revival or best musical? Do you mean on Broadway or in the West End?
I'm going to do my first sticker.
Already?
Yes.
Do you want me to do it?
Sure. And on page 6, it needs to be that one, yes.
And which way round?
The gaps at the top.
The gaps at the top. Okay.
So
This
the
is
top's this.
Glinda's bodice.
Yes. Oh, that's what I'm building. We've got here. What show do you think is? What show we do think is front runner for best revival and best musical?
I asked if that meant London or
London
New York.
or
I meant on Broadway.
Broadway's harder.
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
I think Audra is still in a race against Nicole, but I don't think Gypsy's in a race against Sunset. I think Sunset is, just in terms of everything it does as a revival. Yeah. We're building Wicked movie Lego. Someone asked on TikTok.
We're building the alphabet and Glinda. Like this is the one from the Lego sets that we actually both really liked. Ooh, there's a QR code on the Lego, and if you scan it plays music.
There's a QR code on the Grimmery.
Yeah,
the Grimmery has a QR code.
The Grimmery has a QR code. How great!
I am a sentimental man, and I'm a big fan of the sentimental men. I've met one of the sentimental men.
Yeah, we have on Broadway.
We've met Quincy.
We've met Quincy.
Is it possible that we'll get the 6th pro shot this year? Anything is possible. Is it likely? I don't know.
I've not had anybody mention any movement on it.
At this point, there's no way to know. There's no reason that I've heard that it's not moving forwards. There are other pro shots that there's reason to believe we will never see them.
There's one that definitely I don't think will ever be released.
Your Aladdin's, your Emoji Lands.
Yeah. I mean, Emoji Land, who knows?
What's that? Is she a spider? What's happening here?
I think it's to secure her.
Okay.
I get quite in the zone when I'm doing this.
You stay in the zone.
Like this. Okay.
Go watch Kenton Theatre Panto this Christmas. I haven't seen any pantos.
You haven't seen any panto, and it's all really bad.
Season. Do you think Jeremy Jordan will be going to Gatsby in London, or is he set for his triumphant return to The Greatest Showman? Neither. Well, by the time Greatest Showman happens,
who knows?
Maybe, but he's been announced. He's doing Floyd Collins.
He's doing Floyd Collins next
on Broadway, which will preclude him from being able to do Great Gatsby in London. I think if they're being smart and if they can get him, do you know who'd be a great Gatsby in London? Is Luke Newton from the Bridgertons, because they're going to want someone with some kind of a profile. That's a big theatre to sell. The Coliseum's huge.
Massive.
They're going to need some kind of a name, and Luke Newton is is the most recent Bridgerton male love interest. Jonathan Bailey is not available. He's doing Richard II at the Bridge. But Luke Newton can really sing. Benjamin, I can try and help you understand what a panto is. I don't know if we have enough time for a full cultural explanation, but it's...
I mean, Marisha Wallace explained it as the Rockettes, but
that's the Palladium one.
Yeah.
That's not the sensibility of a local panto.
No, it's not.
Think like fairy tale story, but with a lot of traditional cultural elements, like direct conversation with the audience, like various characters. The whole thing is played very broadly.
Some of it's like the energy of a drag a drag show.
Yeah, it's in America you have like things called like a Christmas pageant, and it doesn't mean like the pageant where people are like a bit like a pageant play. Is that something I'm making up? Not like when people are competing in swimsuits and giving it this. That's kind of...
I've not heard the epic.
Kate, you're here. We were concerned. Kate. We've gone live to build Lego, but we didn't want to step on your TikTok toes.
No, because we were like, oh, we get to watch a Kate live and join a Kate live.
And you weren't currently live, so we've pushed the boat. Grace said it's like a church show. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to liken pantomime 2, maybe. Once Upon a Mattress on Broadway, if you saw that, was real close, but with more. It was.
It actually was.
But with more like self-referential.
Kids going live in like 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
So after you've watched our live in like so many hours, we will pop on and watch Kate's live.
Perfect.
We'll be live.
Also, Grace is here. Hello, Grace. Loved the hot dog content. Absolutely.
We loved it.
Absolutely 10 out of 10. Mickey Jo, what is your favorite musical by Tim Rice? I mean,
I feel like her legs are in the wrong position.
Jesus Christ Superstar is probably the best of Sir Tim's work, but I have a lot of time for Chess.
Okay. We've got there. That is
basically done.
That is the start. That is the like a section of Glinda.
Yeah. Dan says, what news story would you like to see be adapted into a panto? So we've had some new pantos. So like your traditional pantos are the likes of Mother Goose, Dick Whittington, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. In recent years, we've started to get like Robin Hoods and Pinocchios, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's I think The Little Mermaid is another one. Pinocchio, like they've been trying to recently they've been trying to introduce brand new pantomime stories.
My thing is, I would love to see
for anybody asking.
Lego. I would love to see a queer inclusive pantomime story, but in a family heartwarming way, because we have like adult panto and drag panto, which is usually on the adult side.
Yes.
Oh, your visual and sound on TikTok isn't lining up apparently. But I would love to see like a wholesome family version of that, because panto is it's always contained drag. You have the principal boy being played in drag, usually by a woman. That happens less and less frequently now. You have pantomime dames, which are essentially drag characters. And so, yeah, that's something I would like to see explored if we're talking new pantos. Who is your Traitors winner? It's early doors. Early doors. But we can say I find myself usually subconsciously rooting for the Traitors.
Yeah, you do.
Are you Team Faithful?
I vary. I think it depends on a personality that I really like.
What would you ask to be if you were on it? If Claudia's sitting right here, like what are you
see? I'm near certain. Oh my gosh.
It doesn't reach far enough. Actually, that didn't work at all.
That was fun. If
I did this for a really long time, eventually it becomes straight. I'm trying to look like Claudia Winkleman from The Traitors. It's not working. Could you lie and deceive?
See, I have to ask to be a traitor.
Oh.
I can't lie for toffee.
You can't. No, that's why I'm surprised.
But I would want to know everything. I'd be way too I'd like the idea of trying to figure it out and being there, but I don't feel like I could deal with the anxiety of being like, could I?
Yeah.
Will I get like murdered or any of these stuff? So, and I think I love the strategy behind being a traitor on it.
Mm.
And you know what? I think people would get so confused, and I'd be able to confuse people so much that I'd just be fine.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
I'd want to be a traitor.
You'd be a Paul.
I probably would. Yeah. Yeah, with UK traitors, it's not celebrities. It's just ordinary people.
Oh, Kate would be a traitor as well.
Kate would be a great traitor.
Kate would be a great traitor.
Kate would be a great traitor.
I'm really upset that we can't really watch the US version, because basically when the US version starts, they do the exact same trials as in the UK one.
Yeah.
So if you watch them back to back or around the same time, you're kind of like, it's different people, but it's exactly the same premise.
Rebecca, who would be your dream celebrity UK traitors contestant?
I'm excited for celebrity UK traitors.
Mine would be Basil Brush.
Because I feel like I feel like Celebrity Traitors is more fun in a way because people go in with like pre-existing relationship. Oh my gosh, yes, iconic.
Yeah, good call.
But like, I feel like Celebrity UK Traitors, like they'll know each other.
Yeah.
So you get a very different relationship where how much of each other have they seen online, or they know of their personalities, so they know when they're lying and stuff. There'll be more overlap between a lot of them, rather than this where you've got like a sibling or a relationship and they're picking stuff up, which is very fun. But when you're thinking like they all kind of know each other, even more fun.
Yeah. Oh, you're putting legs on?
Yeah. Smash this. It's very weird when you put these like long bits in like that.
Wow.
She's quite tall.
Can we show the people what you have so far?
Yeah. Like, she actually seems a lot taller than I was expecting.
Me 20 minutes ago being like, I don't think this will take too long at all. This is 20 minutes work right here.
Well, I thought it was going quite quick for Lego.
You are. I was foolish and
you forget how long Lego takes because it's like intricate.
What's my favorite Andrew Lloyd Webber show? Guilty Pleasure and Nostalgia, Cats and Joseph. Objectively, his best work, Evita.
Yeah, I agree.
And this production of Sunset has got me vibing with Sunset, which I didn't think we'd see the day.
I never wanted to see Sunset Boulevard ever until this production.
I'm always happy to hear the two songs, and I was never interested beyond. And now I'm like, dabba 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 ba. When did you become so cynical? Like all of that's it's all a bop now. If there was a Lego Theatreland edition, which West End theatre would you guys want to build?
Oh, that's such a good concept.
Exterior, Drury Lane.
Sure.
Best exterior.
I see. I'd instantly be Prince Edward. That's a really beautiful exterior.
That is a beautiful exterior.
And just like Faith Theatre.
I was listening to Whistle Down the Wind on the train the other day. Those are some accents on that original cast recording. I'll take you to the moon and back if you want. Something is good despite ALW though. Yeah. That's a conversation to be had for sure. Oh, the Piccadilly with Moulin Rouge? Sure.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Yeah. Yes, Max, I think so. What's going on with the Phantom Immersive? Why no tickets on sale yet when the show is in March? Great question. Well, it hasn't
actually been
officially announced. He's talked about it in interviews because
the website's appeared.
Rogue and wild man, and things are starting to bleed through on the internet, and things are starting to get leaked. Yeah, Phantom coming back to New York, but not as you know it. And I'm already nervous for the tourists who are going to turn up and get Phantom of the Opera tickets at TKTS and then find themselves on a rooftop on like 40th Street being deeply confused. Not on 40th, it's higher than 40th.
Look at us talking about New York as like, you know it better.
Bethany says, I work at Lush. With the Wicked collab doing so well this year, it made me think, what musical would you want to see big brands collab with in 2025? This is an Aaron James question all over.
Love the collection and have been loving trying it. Big yes. And my answer would be...
Excellent, Perry, excellent. Oh, Perry says Lush X6.
6.
Genius.
6. There you go. That's it.
Phantom could do well as well. Les Mis is too
Les Mis is too difficult. It's too down.
We get like a little full of rain bath bomb, like red and black.
Yeah, there's too many.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Les Mis is a series of different bath bombs, and every one you put them in the water and it's blood.
6 probably is the easiest one. I mean, on Broadway, Gatsby. Great Gatsby is an easy one.
Yeah.
But I feel like 6 probably is the right like demographic across it.
Hadestown.
Hamilton as well, actually.
Oh, Hamilton for sure. Hadestown, like aesthetic.
Hadestown aesthetically would be great.
Red, flowers, spring, little red flower appearing in the middle of it.
I really just want, in general, more collabs, specifically, and just in London, it's just anything in London.
Yeah.
With the shows.
People were talking about Stephen Ward in the comment section, and I can't let this pass by without telling you that I was, for a brief moment, obsessed with Stephen Ward, but only
I have so many questions.
Only the highlights trailer that I could watch on YouTube. I'd have been 16 years oldish, maybe. I was just starting to go to the theatre, and it closed faster than I could get to go and see it. But I remember all of those songs on that trailer. It was like, Stephen Ward, your friendly osteopath.
I thought I got them the wrong way around, but she now has arms.
1963. We'll be on TV. We will make
Moulin Rouge makes sense because I felt like Moulin Rouge is very good. This is a very good choice for Slush.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Kind of an elephant.
Killing a grave. Yeah, and like, well, it's these crossover ones. There's so many like the musicals. Rhode Island, yes, we did see Hannah in 6. We saw quite a few peeps on who we haven't seen before.
We did.
Which is very good and fun because I really wanted to see more of the Queens before.
And Hannah was a great Howard. Really enjoyed.
Hannah was a fab Howard. Yeah. Really good. But so is Inez as well.
Was it 2014? Oh, I was 19 years old then. Yeah, it was 2014. Okay, I was way older than I thought I was. Why did I not go see Stephen Ward? I was 19. What was I doing?
I mean, I felt like probably then you didn't go to shows that were going to cost money but not be great.
Maybe, but tickets were cheaper.
We didn't know each other then, though.
Tickets were cheaper than these. This was back in the good old days of like somewhere in every West End theatre there were like 20 quid tickets somewhere. They wouldn't be good seats, but somewhere. Now that's like
somebody mentioned recently they're missing the idea the day tickets.
Yeah,
day seats being a thing in the UK.
But I also think about here's what's controversial. I'm not mad about Hadestown selling out on the pre-sale. I'm not mad about it because those tickets all still went to. In fact, it means there was too much demand. There was more demand than they had tickets, right?
Which is a good sign for musical theatre.
And it's not like the people who got pre-sale tickets didn't deserve them.
Yeah.
It's just those are the people who so wanted them that they signed up to the pre-sale, that they looked into it, they found a way to get it. So it's kind of a reward for tenacity, right?
I'm hoping that this means that like people are interested in the show as well. There was enough people interested in the show that I kind of hope that they might announce the cast that are coming in after the OBCs earlier. And those people might then be excited about actually buying tickets to see the show after.
Maybe people did what I did and accidentally bought tickets for the 11th of March.
We can laugh about that now.
We can. Oh, that was stressful. I bought a lot of tickets.
You were so close to crying.
Because I got in before Friends, and so I was like, I can get your tickets. Who needs tickets? And I like bought tickets, and then I was like, wait, that says March. That's
luckily I got them.
Yeah, got resolved.
It got resolved, and you don't have to worry about loads of money being spent for nothing. No?
Yeah.
Well, not for nothing, but like money spent on something that you didn't realize you were buying.
Yeah. Veronica, that's our plan as well, is we're going to try and rush the producers at some point at the Minier. But very few rush tickets available for that show from what I hear.
But you know what? These shows, if they're selling so well at these small theatres, it's such a good sign that that theatre owners might let them transfer.
Yeah.
See, Thoughts on a Traitors musical is tricky.
Invariably, we'll see it at the Edinburgh Fringe, and I won't like it.
But we are getting a live Traitors experience in the West End that has been officially announced. So you will get to go and experience with friends the version of doing Traitors, which I think is basically what everybody wants from Traitors, which is to be able to do it with your friends in a setting of it. It's basically immersive Traitors.
Yeah.
Oh, we're lagging.
Apparently we're lagging. I don't know how you fix that on the TikTok.
No. I feel like the only way, I think either it's going to catch up or we have to like go off and back on.
Yeah.
I'm
seeing the Joseph's coat colours. I did see questions about John M. Chu's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat film adaptation, and I'm intrigued and apprehensive more apprehensive than I am for Wicked, I think. But someone said it would be good as a cartoon, and I remember Joseph, Prince of Dreams, King of Dreams, the DreamWorks one.
I remember seeing a photo of it, but I never watched it.
It was circa Prince of Egypt, and it contained the epic banger of a tenor song. You know better than I. You know the way.
See, I've heard that, but I feel like I've only heard it because
I
you sang
let go. I need to know why. Was that not in your book? All the musical theatre tenors in the 2000s had that in their book. It was in everyone's book.
No. Maybe I heard somebody else do it, but I definitely didn't.
I decided really late in the day that I wanted to see Oedipus with Mark Strong and Leslie Manville, and it's closing on Saturday. It's wildly sold out. I occasionally check the website. I'm going to do it again right now, and if there's a ticket on there for less than £200 between now and Saturday night, then maybe I'll just buy it right here, right now, while Aaron builds Lego. What a chaotic life this is.
Well, a lot of people think that that's going to win the revival, Olivia.
My thing is, I'm just like, I'll probably see the one at the Old Vic, and I'll want to have seen this one.
To compare the Oedipus.
To compare the Oedipodes. The Oedipodies.
Well, yeah, because they've started doing all the press for the other version.
Oedipides. Are we saying Oedipides? Yeah, it's showing, okay, it says Friday sold out, but Saturday isn't sold out. But when I click on Saturday, it's not offering me seats. If I go to the box office, what do we think the chances are? Do I need to email Sonia Friedman?
I mean,
I don't have Sonia Friedman's email.
No, but she does like you.
She knows who I am.
She knows who you
are. How are we doing in the comments, people? What did you think to hear you come again? Do you know what? And since we're chatting about jukebox musicals in the questions here, I really like the idea of taking an artist like Dolly Parton and making a show about what makes them special to their fans. Kate says...
Kate's never heard of the song. Wow, worked behind Jessica King of Dreams coaster.
Oedipus. I'm struggling with that one, I'll be honest.
Oedipus.
Yeah, rather than doing just like Dolly Parton's life, which I think they might be doing in Hello, I'm Dolly. But there's so many of these jukebox musicals that are bio-musicals that are like, oh no, they're struggling. Like, will they become successful? And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure they will, because we're here at a jukebox musical about their career and we all know who they are. Like, they always try and instill tension. It's like, oh no, financial ruin. But you didn't know that about the Osmonds and the Jersey Boys and the Temptations and like all of them. They all mismanaged their money. They were all screwed over by managers. They all made bad choices, and then it's always fine.
This is why I do love a jukebox musical that creates a new story, like a Hard Rock and Roll and a Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
just because it's kind of fun to just see somebody have fun with it.
But this is what I was going to say about Here You Come Again.
Yeah.
Is it's lovely to see a show that invokes Dolly Parton's essence and celebrates what makes her special to people. You got so much Dolly from that. You got her talking about her life.
Yeah.
But it felt like she was accessible because it was Dolly in a world that was relatable and recognizable. It wasn't like, what do we know about Tennessee or whatever? It was Dolly Parton among this fan whose life she could help because he loved her so much, and I thought that was great. I thought it went on for exactly twice as long as it needed to. It did not need to be a 2-act show. Yes, yeah. Hell's Kitchen told a piece of Alicia's story we didn't know for good reason. I think there's reasons we didn't know that part. But yeah. Are we going to see Hair in London anytime soon? I've never seen the stage show. I need to tick it off my list. I think so. They should do it at Regent's Park one of these years.
Which?
Hair.
I'm surprised.
You think Chile?
I'm thinking Chile or Wet.
Oh, yeah. No one wants that. No one wants that. Jonathan, yeah, I checked the standing order. This is no one's fault but my own. No one needs to feel bad for me not having Oedipus tickets because I had every opportunity. We weren't in the country, I think, when it had its press night. And then I just fully failed to get on this hype train before its closing weekend. And now I got nothing.
I do love that you've fully forgotten that we're building Lego.
That's because I'm not currently building Lego.
I feel like this is the right way around though, because I'm enjoying myself.
I'll do the next one. I'll build Alphabet.
We probably should have done like, oh no, you can't do it because it's only one book. This is the annoying thing, so we couldn't really start one separately.
What do you think casting will be like for Gatsby at the Coliseum? I really don't know. I think they're going to need a star name in there somewhere because it's huge and The Great Gatsby is not enough. I don't think we'll see any of the Broadway cast in London. I don't think any of them. Yes, I saw about this. A new Wicked in Brazil. A new, a third different non-replica.
Oh, a different one again.
A different one again, which maybe makes Brazil the first place to get a second distinct non-replica production.
Do you think it's a version of?
Or has Sweden had two? I don't know. All I've seen is this offhand comment that a few people have been saying this to me, that Brazil is getting another different Wicked. We deserve each other, me and Bach. If they make more Wicked Lego sets for part 2, what scenes do you want them to make? Cornfield, Fallen House.
The cornfield with the yellow brick road is probably the one. Kate's like, Eva will be in London. I don't think Eva will still be there.
Eva will be. I think Eva's getting out of London as soon as possible.
I think she's here for what she's here for, and that is what she's here for.
I think Eva has negative associations with the city of London, and you know what? That's fair. Yeah, what's everyone's first show of the year going to be? Are we setting the tone, or are we just not thinking about it? Are we just seeing something random just to see like the first thing, or are we trying to be like first show of 2025, got to be a good one?
This is the thing I feel like with us, is that it's kind of like that. What show do we start with, and will it be a random show?
Kate shows an open slot. Kate, that's you all over.
Oh my gosh, that is such a Kate. It's the most Kate moment.
2025 is in many ways an open slot for you, I feel, that will inevitably be filled with theatre. Setting the tone, correct. Is this going to be a window?
To the wall.
Am I a window? I'm looking for a window. Not a wall. Where am I? Why am I finding it so hard to line this up with my face? There we go. These are the windows I was obsessed with in the trailer. These ones. Why is one smashed? Why is the other one not smashed? We figured it out. It all made sense. Out that one. Flies across. It's me. Out the other one. Maximum property damage. It all makes sense. Oh, Tiana Biscuit says, careful with this Lego set. It's very unstable.
Oh,
falls
thank
apart.
You for letting us know.
Falls apart very easily. And don't we all, really?
They're useful to know.
Yeah.
Because when we put it up there, at least we'll know what's going on. Oh.
What show did you see today? Haven't seen anything today. Do you have any Olivier predictions? Not yet, but soon.
Yeah.
Soon. And not enough. I've missed so many plays this year. I have no good excuse.
No, I feel like with plays were like...
I wasn't excited about them. And then
I
saw Giant.
I was about to say you saw what...
I loved Giant.
I mean, The Years is coming back, so at least that's sort of a front runner.
Yeah.
I think the 4 that I've seen people predict are Kyoto, Giant, The Years, and... What's the 4th one? English?
I don't know. I don't know if that made an impact.
There's a fourth one I've seen people mention, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. How much would you pay to see Ariana and Cynthia do a limited engagement of Wicked on Broadway at the Gershwin? I mean, they've said it's not going to happen, but I would pay. Other than I never expected it to happen. It's not a case of like, I don't think it should happen. There's a lot of movie musicals where people are like, I want to see them do it on stage, and I'm then like, I don't think that's a good idea. This one,
they're like
they could have done it.
They're theatre people.
They could have done it. But it would make it hard to be the next run or the night after.
Yeah, I'd feel for any cast. I'd also feel for the understudies and the standbys.
Yeah, and I mean that's always with star.
I mean, it's always the way, but like.
But also, I think it's hard because the likes of Wicked and Les Mis have been very careful to establish that the show is always the star.
Yes.
The show is always the star. And as soon as you put star casting into something, you then run the risk of like, does buzz die down after those stars leave? You go from having this thing where it's like, Wicked, we can sell Wicked, we can market Wicked the year round, yes, to then turning it into Chicago, where if you put one star in and ticket sales go up, it then starts deflating when that star leaves. It's like, oh, God, put another star in there.
And I always feel sorry then for theatre performers who haven't done, like, who don't have that said profile and what that must make them feel like. I mean, it's part of the business, but like,
yeah,
still feel bad.
I'm curious if the movie cast will get to perform at the Tonys, maybe. Listen, the Tonys are a law unto themselves, and sometimes they do wild things like this. Remember when Lea Michele did some Glee on the Tonys? That's a thing that happened.
I forget about that.
Yeah.
We've been like deciding sometimes to just watch a Tony Awards from the past.
Yeah, we've been rewatching some old Tony Awards.
We say that we've only done it once.
We have with one so far. Was it 2009?
Yeah. We nearly were going to do it again today, but Sean fell asleep.
I hope if they do perform on the Tony Awards,
she has sans the actual bubble dress, but
it's slightly creepy. But you're doing a great job.
She looks a bit like a Barbie.
She does. You're doing fantastic work here.
Just don't move too harshly or she'll fall.
Would you watch a remake of Wizard of Oz with Cynthia and Ariana reprising their Wicked? That's basically what we're about to get. Only that would have very little Ariana because Glinda's barely in the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Actually, never thought about it like that.
Spirited Away will be best entertainment or comedy play. It'll be in that category that Stranger Things and Totoro were in.
It'd be silly not to.
Yeah, we're not going to get any kind of live ticketed performance with the movie cast. I am sorry to say they're not going to do Broadway. They're not going to do a tour. They might do like a one night only like Hollywood Bowl thing like Encanto did.
I could see them appearing at like a Schwartz concert.
Yeah.
Like celebrating Schwartz and they each do like one song.
Yeah. I'd say Charlie, save your rage for if they don't get nominated for anything at the Olivier Awards. That's the first battle, is that level of recognition. What I was going to say has evaded me. Oh yeah, if they do perform at the Tonys, it would be lovely if they performed with the current Broadway Alfred and Glinda, just to tether it to the show.
It'd be nice to give a profile.
Yeah.
To like the current, like saying that I'm very happy that all the Wicked performers currently have been involved in the premieres and stuff. But it's not kind of ignored them.
Disco Ball from Why Am I So Single deserves all the awards. I agree with you, but the Oliviers don't currently have a category specifically to award scores. So there's that. Jonathan, so this was a sentimental men were talking about this the other day as to whether they would perform at the Oscars because that's normally reserved for
best song
nominees, which they won't be this time around. But it's such a force as a musical.
Yeah, but it'd be weird not to.
And Les Mis didn't perform their eligible song.
True.
They performed One Day More.
True.
Oh no, they performed a medley because they had Anne Hathaway doing Dream to Dream in a weird key. And Jonathan's just said Les Mis did One Day More. Yeah. So you're right. I think something. Oops. Are you okay? Have we dropped something?
No, but I can't see what it's saying.
For what doth you search?
Well, it's got that symbol.
This.
It says 2.
Have we dropped one? Hold on, Hannibal. Hold on. Is it sub-book? No.
Is it falling into here?
She's got that on the side of her head on that side. Is she meant to?
Oh, I feel like I gave her 2. No, she only needed 1.
You can use this if you need to. Problem solved, everybody. Don't even worry about it.
Well, I don't know if it is yet.
Can you give a hint about the upcoming Wicked cast announcement? Officially, I don't know. So, no.
I really know, like, tiny things. Well, not
We're building Wicked Lego. For people who are asking what we're building, Wicked Lego. We've had it for more than a month.
Yeah, we had got it at the screening.
Yeah. Yep. I have seen Witness for the Prosecution. I've seen it twice. How many times have you seen
it? 3 or 4 times.
Girl down. Great production. Site specific. Love it. Easy recommendation to tourists.
Yes.
I'm always like, go see Witness for the Prosecution.
It's a very cool experience because you're seeing it in a courtroom.
Yeah. Are you staying up till midnight to download Wicked when it's released tomorrow? I hadn't even thought about that. I for Witness, sat always in the downstairs area, always just kind of, as you look at the stage, I would be just in front of like the front right corner of the longest bit. I've never been in the jury box. Have you been in the jury box?
No.
No?
Never been in the jury box.
I take it very seriously. And yeah, never been in the balcony.
I'm like fascinated by what the view is like from there. Like it's like the premium seats, but it feels like the box situation, where it's like it's very cool and special, but it's must be a weird, like you see the backs of people a lot.
Yeah.
She now has her full hair.
Do you know what she looks like now? The bit in What Is This Feeling when they're doing sports?
Yeah.
When they're doing.
Right. I'm on to bag 2.
Am I going to do bag 2?
I mean, it's still with Glinda, so do you want me to finish Glinda and you to do Alphabet?
Yeah, let's do that. I think that might be all we get through tonight. Anyway, I don't know, maybe the backdrop is easy to build. We'll find out.
The backdrop might be easier because I think it's quite bulky. I've got ages to go until Kate's life.
Oh, Jonathan, how soon are you going to be here? That is soon. That is exciting. Electra, Count Hot Tin Roof, Ernest in 2 weeks, 4 more slots. What should you see?
Will we still be here?
I think so. Maybe.
Oh, that's a spoiler.
Yeah. Yes, we're here for some of that time. Benjamin Button and Little Foxes at the Young Vic has been pretty well reviewed. If that's still kicking about by mid-January, it should be. It's only just opened. What else would I recommend? Mid-January. Mid-January is always a time.
I mean...
Oh, Kyoto.
That's also Oliver's opening period of time.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the new the new like big production.
Yeah. Max, we saw The Crucible at the Gielgud. We were sat like third row, and it was a very warm day, and I desperately wanted the rain curtain to suddenly plunge forwards and consume me. Yeah, I haven't seen Kyoto yet. I'll be seeing it during those dates, actually. But
can you do?
Oh yes. Is it just one of these bubbles?
Number 9. It just says 9.
They're all 9.
Yeah, then
they're all those. The same.
Then one of those.
Which way round? Does it matter? The light bulby bit to the bottom.
We got the big bulb at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've heard great things about Kyoto, was what I was going to say.
Oh. Stagey and Rebecca's suggesting the producers and great comment.
Oh, how did I forget about the producers? Yes, great comment. It's like, if you can get tickets, power to you. But yes, producers getting great word of mouth. I just haven't seen it yet. But yes, good shout. Very good shout. There you go.
Thank you.
You have been stickered. Is this the... This is the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Fellow Aussians, let us be glad. Let us be grateful. Thoughts on The Tempest? Haven't seen it yet. Hoping to see it maybe even this weekend.
Yeah, we haven't really planned what we're doing this weekend.
Also going to try and see Why Am I So Single before it closes. Yes, can confirm. She has a crown.
Oh, I just have to do 4 of these. Okay.
Do you need more stickers?
I will be, yeah. So the same things, just stickers.
Let us rejoice in the goodness God's due. We don't need to put all 8 of the stickers on.
No, it only says 4.
Well, I've got...
I know, but it only says 4.
Okay.
Currently.
We'll see how that progresses.
It could be like a different way around.
Dan John says, fun quiz time. You have to create a brand new musical by using the first word that comes to you on your mind and create a show about it, including an opening them. That's a lot. I'm trying to put stickers on a bubble dress for a Lego person. Goose. Goose is the word. Goose the musical.
Goose is the word. Oh, that's fun. She looks like...
She looks like a transformer.
Yeah.
She's Glinda Prime.
That's fun. Enjoy that.
Probably going to book Great Gatsby and maybe Happy Ending for my NYC trip in the summer. Enjoy. Great choices. If you could go back in time to see any show, what would it be? Oh, I had a great answer for this just the other day. And I was like, oh, that's a back in time show for sure. And then I forgot what it was. Lots of original song times. Surely Stephen Ward. Yeah, go see Joanna Riding. Given it, what did you think you were doing in Stephen Ward?
You do love Joanna Riding.
I'm hopeless when it comes to you. Who doesn't love Joanna Riding? That's the real question here. Mickey, any tips on GCSE maths from a past teacher? If you do enough past papers, you eventually learn that there is a finite number of questions they can ask you. You can't do that for most of the GCSEs. That is specific pretty much to, you can do it for the sciences, but maths has the unique ability, you can just learn the style of questions and then you can be really prepared for it. But that's easier to do as someone who likes maths. Dream role in Oliver the Musical, for myself, for me, I'd be a really camp, is it Bet?
Yeah.
Nancy's friend.
Yeah, it was Bet. I'd
just be there like, girl, you need to get out of this situation. This is not good for you. Stop flirting with the children, orphans. That's weird. We need to address this. We need to make better choices. Oh, she's gone. That's what I'd be. Any chance of maybe Happy Ending coming to the West End? I hope so, but let's sustain it on Broadway first. Let's help it win a bunch of Tonys, and then it will have the ability to come to the West End.
If you want to see the production that's currently on Broadway, support it to do it and a thing to mention, you can support a show even if you aren't able to see it by sharing content that they put online, by making people aware of it, by when if music becomes available, streaming it. All of that really helps shows. So because sometimes they feel like you can feel like, how do I help a show that, say, Why Am I So Single, or shows like that, and you aren't able to see it? If you stream the show, if you share about the show, streaming the music for it, because if any of that music ever charts or does well from that, performers get royalties.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of things you can do.
Yeah. Jeremy Jordan isn't free to do Great Gatsby in London, so sadly that was a dream. I will do the 24-hour musical again in Camberley when it happens again in Camberley. They didn't do one this year, but I would love to. It's always a fun time. Haven't seen the new UK tour of Joseph. Saw it the last time around.
I really want to see it with Christina Bianco.
We've got to go see Bianco. That's a non-negotiable. Would have been fun to see Donny Osmond as well, just as a nice full circle Joseph moment.
What books did you do for?
I haven't. Oh yeah, I've done. Did I stop? Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted from my sticker duties.
I was like, there seems to not be enough here.
I had one job.
No.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thoughts on Calamity Cast? Excited to go see it. Can I generate a maths question using musicals? I can. I spent 5 years doing, well, not 5 years. I spent a few years when I was a maths teacher for 5 years. And for a bunch of those, I was specifically a maths teacher to art students. I had a couple of classes that were performing arts students. And for them, I would try and make as many musical theatre maths questions as I could. And so it's just, it feels a little bit like a work flashback. Yeah, the Joseph tour is still the Palladium version, which I have mixed feelings about. But then the tour that was going around before that wasn't the most lavish, expensive version of the show. Oh gosh! However, tickets were probably cheaper. That's what I will say. We would love to come to Leeds this year. Is Coraline happening at Leeds?
Happening in Leeds.
Coraline's happening a couple of places.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll come and catch Coraline there.
There's a lot of travelling happening this year for us.
Isn't there always?
I feel like it feels more in advance we know about it this year.
Which is good.
Which is positive, yeah. I need another one of those, please.
Aha!
Oh, again.
I once again have a purpose. I did not see the final Jeopardy question on musical etymology, because we don't get Jeopardy, but feel free to tell me what the question was. If a one-man show is 3 hours long, how long will the musical be with 10 actors?
I mean, that's a maths question.
Oh, I see. That's a maths. No, that's literally what that is.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about an actual. Veronica, you confused me. Oh dear. It must be late. Yes, that would be a good. That would be a good. What's the topic? Proportion and scaling and proportion. Direct proportionality. We could talk about.
I find it wild that when we met, you were a maths teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot has changed since we got together.
I found it wild that I was making as many videos as I was.
I know. Can you imagine that he was making...
I don't have time now. Where was I getting it before?
You weren't.
To work, also to solve that question, it depends on your logic. Is your logic that it will be, with 10 actors, it would be 10 times faster? In which case, we want to first convert the 3 hours into minutes. That's 180 minutes, and then do our division down. by our scale factor. But does that even stand up? I don't know. I was kind of seeing as much theatre when we first got together. We had weeks where it was like every day.
Yeah, it was still every day. I think the difference was he didn't do anything in the day. So like
rehearsal events.
Yeah, so none of those events kind of happened. It's weird though, because I feel like we were more specific on not doing things on weekends, maybe. Because I remember we always walked places on the weekends, and we seem to have a lot more like not just that.
Yeah. Oh. I got it. Dragging the puzzle piece.
Yay.
Yeah, nailed it. And also, before I was seeing as much theatre, I was doing amateur theatre as well. I was doing Amdram shows, was making YouTube videos, and teaching.
Oh, no, you didn't need to do it. It's a spare.
Is it a spare or is it for this?
No, it's a spare. It's a spare. Well, I don't know, but currently it's a spare.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know where I used to get the energy.
Oh, I hope you enjoy Starlight Express. I want to go back to see it again.
Starlight Express.
It's on my list of shows because we've.
I want to see it in different places.
We've seen it twice, but only one time is when it was open.
Only one time counted.
Yeah,
because the other time was the dress rehearsal.
So, yeah.
How long was I teaching? From the age of 21 through like 26, maybe.
It's true that a lot of people probably didn't realise that you.
It still surprises people.
It surprises maths as well, I guess.
That it was maths, yeah. I started teaching at 21. I was teaching 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
It's also funny because we both worked in education.
Yeah.
Mine was just kind of funny because I was extremely young for having to be called sir and a teacher name at 18.
You were like the boss baby from Boss Baby.
It was hilarious. So I was 18 and I worked in the school. Literally finished sixth form and then got hired the week after I finished school, got hired. And so people who were the year below me at school had to call me sir from September. And they had to call me sir. Like, they would have got in trouble if they didn't, which was hilarious.
Update on the wedding. What was the last update I gave you? Once there's a substantial update, I might do a video about it. I might do a members video just to be like, this is what's going on.
Maybe we do. Well, I'll probably blog about it.
Yeah. I need to send some emails. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Jeopardy question. A centuries-old type of performance. This word includes Greek roots meaning imitator of all. Oh, a centuries-old type of performance. Imitator of all.
Yeah, I feel like somebody put about being disappointed when they saw the first videos of Starlight, but now being obsessed. And I feel like it was a slow burn because people were so surprised how different it looked.
Is it Commedia dell'arte? Because that's the first thing I thought of with centuries-old type of performance. But does that make sense from an etymological perspective? Commedia, commodify. Is that what that means?
That one, please.
Oh, yeah.
G.
Il Dottore, yes.
G, like this. So backwards to how you're doing it.
So that's the. So like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm affixing a ticket to a handbag. I haven't seen Oliver doing discounted tickets for under 25s. Maybe later in their run.
Sometimes as well, keep an eye because these kind of deals can be added quietly. And so you don't realise that they exist. Like how long I think nobody knew that Matilda did a lottery because it was very secret, and that you can get front row seats at a discounted price for Wicked via the website.
Archie, did you enjoy Ballet Shoes?
That's one that I'm kind of sad we've not got to see.
It's still happening.
I know.
Haven't seen Bockham Starlight. Would love to. Oh, answer is pantomime. Imitator of all. Greek roots meaning imitator of all. Pantomime. Ooh.
Wow, that was loose. Until then. Oh no. You just... That's never been, like, loose before. Okay.
She's alive. It's all good.
That was that happened. That was the thing. Cool. Glinda, that makes no sense. Oh.
Sorry, I'm just reading all of your questions now.
Sure, okay.
Yes, I saw that when they were cancelling more performances of Gypsy. I remember on Christmas Day we were saying hopefully that yours wouldn't be, and then I saw that it was. But you've now seen it, so I'm very glad. And you got last minute tickets to Sunset instead. Was that your first time seeing a sunset? Do you think there'll be more Roald Dahl stage adaptations? Ugh, mixed feelings. I think it'd be great if they could rework The Witches.
I thought that they have been. I'm sure we've heard that they've done more workshops.
I'm just reading now. I've lost the ability to answer questions. Simon Lipkin needs an Olivier for Oliver.
I've heard we've seen good things about it.
Simon Lipkin is an underrated dramatic talent.
Yes.
And I'm very excited to see him in Oliver. I'm very excited. Did you see Eureka Day when it was in the UK? No. I get so... I have this stupid annoyance about missing shows in the UK, and then when they're on Broadway, I'm like, I did this with Prima Facie. I was like, I don't want to go see it on Broadway because I missed it in the UK, and it's my own silly fault.
Yeah, you really didn't push it for us to see that one.
No. Thoughts on crazy Christmas show schedules for performers, because some shows definitely scheduled a lot. They all go nuts. It's a difficult time to be a performer.
It's a very tricky period as well, because I guess I hope that in the January or like around that time there's like gaps more for performers, so at least it's like you get it in lieu. But then at the same time, you get why they do it, because like that's the time to make the money, which helps cover because January is normally horrific for show tickets.
I can't believe Devil Wears Prada doesn't do Rush. I didn't even know this. Isaac just posted about it.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, Fair Play must be doing well.
Gypsy was wonderful.
If you don't not do Rush out of like any other reason, then you don't need to do Rush. She's fixable.
We've had a crisis.
She is fixable.
What happened there, my love?
It's very difficult for her to stand.
Okay, it's okay.
I was trying to put her thingy in her hand, and that's what. It's very difficult to put the wand in her hand, and I was literally done.
We were so close.
I was so close.
Drama.
I will say I was so close.
Drama. Okay. I wanted to help.
No, you're doing help for that. You got this.
Bubble broke. If that had been in slow motion.
I mean, somebody can slow-mo it down if they want.
Kate said RIP, and I've just had to approve it from TikTok.
Oh, no.
This has become chaos. Is it all right?
Yeah. Trying to remember where things go. That's the hardest part.
You got this.
Oh, no, yeah, fine.
Bubble did go pop.
She is all back together. Oh, where is her? Wait. Oh, that's why that's a pattern. She's missing one.
What? No.
No. She's missing
one of the
dress.
skirts.
Yes.
It's just here.
So I think I've put one in one. So I'm trying to.
Well. What musical or show would you want to see for the first time again?
2 skirts.
Mine would be Wicked.
Yeah, it's only those big shows for me. Maybe Les Mis as well, because it's like after you've seen them a couple of times, there's always you know what's going to happen, and you don't. You lose that a little bit.
Cabaret. Maybe. I think that was the one as well. I was trying to think of like what would have been a good show to go back in time and see it, and I would have loved to have seen like the early previews of Cabaret on Broadway to experience some of the moments of that show. Have we lost another bit of skirt?
Yeah. Oh, it's here. Sorry.
We found the skirt, everybody. Oh, sorry. I'm not helping. How's our week been so far? It's been nice and chill, which is nice. We're taking the slow parts of the year where we can get them, because invariably it all ramps up and gets very busy very quickly.
It's tricky, I think. I'm finding it the tricky part of like starting the year and how you get that energy to be like, right,
Yeah.
This is what I need to do. This is how I can be productive.
Wardrobe malfunction was the comment just made.
Done. Glinda,
Look
complete.
at that.
That took slightly longer than it was expected, but Glinda is now back to normal and complete.
She looks great. Oh my gosh.
You do have to be careful with her feet. This is what I found, because if they're too close together, she loses her balance slightly.
We were told that they were slightly precarious.
Oh, okay. Number 3 is that. So Alpha does the last part you do.
But I want to build alphabet.
I guess you can. I think they just want to build your base.
Let me see how fast I can speed through this. I'm going to reorientate.
That is easier.
I didn't want to move you around while you had all the pieces out, but I got to thinking this is probably a better way around.
Serona Grande. It's cute.
I'm gonna lock in here. So if you want me to comment or think, just you let me know. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm gonna be on this. Time me. Don't actually.
It's 11:15. That helps. Is that a 6-themed Christmas card? It is at the back from Printed Call.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I'm just leaving Glinda alone because every time I touch her, something tries to
Every
fall
time
off.
you touch, you break the Glinda.
Rude.
Really said, Glinda, I made you, and I can break you just as easily.
Electra Adams said, "Did you see Ben Platt and Dear Evan Hansen? That would be my Back to the Future moment."
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Veronica. Cabaret can be really expensive, but I can say with Cabaret in the West End, you can win the lottery.
It is doable. It has happened.
I have won the lottery. It can happen. It's not easy, but
also they sometimes lower the prices quietly. Not
keep
by
an
a lot,
eye. Just
but
keep an eye. I don't think they do day seats, but that might be another option, is to see in person on the day. Oh, I think they do.
I don't.
I think they do. No. I think they do.
Since when?
We did it.
We didn't get day seats.
No, we did. I bought day suits. I specifically remember being told what the discounted rate was and got them.
It wasn't day seats.
It was discounted on the day. And then we were told that was the discount price.
They were also available online. It was the same ones that were online.
But it's on the day. So I think on the day, keep an eye.
You don't have to be at the box office then.
No,
because we walked away and we bought them online.
That's a discount that they do on the day, from what I remember. Because I remember somebody saying that's the discount price.
But it's not regular. It's only if it's a quieter show. This is what I was saying. Is sometimes they will reduce prices.
Yeah. Oh, it either says I got. Is Benjamin Button an open run, as you know, as they seem to have quietly extended it already? I think Benjamin Button's an open run, but they're being really cautious compared to a lot of other shows, where other shows announce a big extension. They seem to be doing it on a very, when they feel a little bit confident, they'll add an extra month. I think I don't know if it's like they've just not had the confidence to do such a big extension, so they're just taking it as they come. So hopefully, I mean, from what I heard, there's no dates in April, so it's going to hopefully get through the Olivier season, which I think is the big thing for Benjamin Button.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the first shows in a very long time that, I mean, mince me a little bit, but that we could see the Olivier's impact for sales, which I think is kind of exciting, because normally every year, most of the shows that are nominated for the Olivier's are already closed. So we have a very different experience. The Olivier's always feels like a very different experience to Broadway, where the Tony Awards are a big deal for musicals that are open, and you see the impact it has very quickly afterwards. Whereas in the UK, the Olivier's kind of happen and most shows are closed. So it kind of is like, well, will it help anything? So it's kind of exciting that there's actually a lot of shows that will be open and it might help. The same thing as Great Comet won't be open when the Olivier's happen. So does that hurt its chances? Because Dunmore struggle to get new musicals to win.
I am so unbelievably locked in right now.
This is what happens. You get really into it.
Like cool glasses.
Veronica Heathers. Veronica said, Percy Jackson has been extended till August. When was the last time a show stayed this long in the other palace? Heathers. I'm happy it's doing a long run. That's what I kind of want more of West End spaces where a show can have a nice little run.
Where something can live, yeah.
But it doesn't have to feel like they have
go to the West End, it'll never happen again.
Yeah. There's so many shows, because none of the Civic Playhouse, if the show just works at Civic Playhouse, it can't extend. It could try and come back in a year, or it needs to try for the West End or do a tour. We don't have those long-running off-Broadway spaces that New York has. We don't have the off-West End spaces that New York has. Kate, Lightning Thief is quite fun. Kate said, I kind of want to see Lightning Thief. I keep forgetting about it.
It's fun, and if you already know the material, then it won't surprise you. I kind of grappled a bit with, are we meant to be taking this seriously, or are we not? When someone told me afterwards it was originally conceived for schools, that made perfect sense.
Oh, this is a fun one. Oh, Mega Tegwin put, how would you rate Benjamin Button's chances of getting the Olivier?
I think it's pretty good.
Pretty good. There's a good one. Oh, I like this question from Avia, because you've seen more. Top 3 shows you've seen at the Civic Playhouse.
Which one?
Yes.
Either?
I think so. I think from any of them.
Oh, I've also seen shows at the old Civic Playhouse.
So I said it's more of a fun question for you.
That no longer exists.
Yeah.
I saw Victor Victoria there. I saw Mac and Mabel there with Laura Pitt Pulford. I saw Company there. You're going to love this. 2011, maybe. Rupert Young was Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy Jansen was Amy. Katie Braben was one of the 3 girlfriends. I think she was the one with the scene, Kathy. Siobhan McCarthy was Joanne, icon. Greg Castiglione was Paul. Loads of good people were in that. That was a very cool production.
With the scene April.
It's
not one with the scene. I was getting mixed about the trio.
Oh, I'm thinking of the scene where it's like the party and she's like, I'm going back to Cape Cod to get married. She doesn't have a song.
Oh, I thought you meant the air hostess.
No, because she has a song, because she has Barcelona.
Yeah.
Where you going? Barcelona. Oh. I've never been to Barcelona. Have you?
No. I've only ever been to Valencia.
Yeah, I was meant to go to Barcelona, and then I broke my ankle roller skating the day before my flight.
Was that your roller skating injury?
That was one of my roller skating injuries.
Do we think they will add new dates for Hadestown with the OBC?
I don't think they can.
I think they probably have been talking about it, but I doubt they can, if that makes sense. Like, I think there's probably been discussions. I just wonder if it might be a discussion of could some of the OBC stay on, but also I don't know if they could, because they must have been casting the next cast after them.
Yeah.
And they will need to start rehearsals while the OBCs start. That's going to be a crazy time for Hadestown. Because the cast after the OBCs will need to start rehearsals as soon as the OBCs start performing.
Yeah.
Because a month, and it'll be an all new cast, so they really will need that time. Would be up for visiting Barcelona. I'd like to. I'd like to see some musicals in Spain.
I don't wish to alarm you. I'm missing 2 pieces.
Let me have a look. What are you missing?
These little things. And I really can't see as to how. My plan is to just continue without them and then see what I have.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Unopened bag.
That's it. It's the little ones. I haven't heard anything about Malta something rotten yet.
Oh, I've got so many little bottles. Oh my gosh. Drink with me. 2 days gone by. Or the what's the green? Oh, chandelier from Moulin Rouge. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Drink. Okay, that goes there.
Bradley just watched Cats 2019. Wish I could have watched it with you guys. Oof.
I haven't watched it since the cinema.
I still don't know if I've ever watched it in full.
That's a movie night waiting to happen.
Like, I just still don't know if I actually have. Mega, I think Evita casting is all. We've only heard what's in Mickey talked about in his video.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything since then.
Heard nothing new. Oh, Isaac says, Mickey Joe, you would really suit the elf with the glasses from the movie.
Oh. I'm wearing. Oh yes, these are my spectacly ones.
Kate wants to see Company in Spanish in Barcelona
with Antonio Banderas.
I think Kate said that as a joke and didn't realize that was the thing.
Oh yeah, Antonio Banderas has done. I think it was in Madrid. Usually he does them in Madrid, right?
Yeah, Madrid's more is the theatre.
Yeah,
city.
What shows do we think will be up for Best New Musical at the Tonys or the Oliviers? We're talking to people around.
Oh, Kate said no. I absolutely know it was a thing.
Kate's all up on the cast recordings, and they didn't.
I was going to say, yeah. It would be weird if Kate didn't already know, because Kate and you were like on it. Kate, but it has a cast recording.
I'm on nothing. All I'm on is this Lego.
Evia said you'd be great in Mischief Movie Nights. You'd be a good Oscar. That's
that'd be fun. Yeah.
That would be fun.
I think that's a deceptively hard thing to do. And nothing in this world terrifies me like improvisation.
You have to know the right time to stand in to help.
Yeah. This is what used to scare me about acting was improv games and workshops.
I'd really like to see. Miss Lola Lush said we need to get you both to see Queens. Drop us an email.
Yes.
Yeah, we really want to see it, and then we just weren't.
It's always timing issues.
It's always been timing issues. Ooh, Archie, great question. What's your favourite Space International?
I miss the Olivier is always number one, but I miss the Littleton. It's been so long since I've seen a show in the Littleton.
That's where Ernest is.
Yes.
I don't know if we're even going to get to see Ernest because it's sold so well.
I was going to try and do the Friday Rush.
Just tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we don't actually have any plans for next week yet.
Yeah.
I feel shown up that you've done this so quickly.
Well, I was hoping it would just be a quick thing that I'd get to build Alphabet, but if I do that, then I'm just taking over the whole rest of it.
Maybe we split Alphabet in two. Because it depends on how much this ends up being.
I mean, there's the back yet. Maybe if I just do the floor and you do the back and then I do Alphabet, then we've done half and half. Oh, hold on. This is fiddly. Oops. There we go.
Isaac said, I've tried Friday Rush for Ernest so many times and I'm yet to be successful.
I don't think I've ever flat out failed a Friday Rush. Touch wood.
Oh, I feel like you will have things to say of this one. Amelia, I don't think we actually have discussed it on a live before. Amelia put, missed the last stream, so don't know if you've already discussed it, but do you have any thoughts about the all-in on Broadway debacle with ticket pricing and how it's more of a staged reading? Maybe we did talk about it briefly, but it was a bit of a Christmassy...
I don't think we have necessarily. I think there's an extraordinary amount of culpability for the producers in the way that that was marketed, in the difference between all-in comedy about love and a comedy about love. And they had to know what people were expecting. At the same time, as someone who's recently made a big ticket booking mistake and held my hands up in the air and booked tickets for the wrong month, it's people's responsibility to look into the thing that they are booking. And I, at no point, I still barely understand what it is, because the whole rotating cast...
I think it's basically, it's comedy that they get in the script for and they read it.
Yeah, but they know the way they're marketing that is they're doing it on like celebs, and it would be one thing if it was like you get to enter a ballot to be in a TV studio to go see these like SNL type people.
Well, it is literally SNL people.
Yeah. But it's quite another thing to charge the prices that they're charging for Broadway. And I think that's a bit disingenuous.
Hi, Veronica asked if you are doing the Dear Evan Hansen tour around the world.
I would still like to, because I think it would be so interesting to follow. Do you know what? It's just better with something like Wicked, because non-replicas of Wicked go further. They do more. They take bolder, creative things. And Nottingham,
mostly Evan Hansens I've seen anything of that have happened all seem quite similar.
They look the same. That's what I was going to say. The Nottingham one made a couple departures, and then I saw the Australian one. I saw pictures and video of the Australian one, and I was like, they're still not really pushing the boat out. They're not reinventing the wheel. And so I don't want to invest the time in flying around the world to see different. They are everywhere. They're happening everywhere.
Yeah.
But the reason they're happening everywhere is because they're popular and they are cheap to produce. A Dear Evan Hansen is so much cheaper to put on. It's far fewer people. It's far fewer set pieces. No one's flying. If they were, that would be pushing the boat out. Give me Dear Evan Hansen where someone flies. Give me Ghost character whose name I won't say for spoiler reasons, although you find out pretty quick. Give me that. And then I would fly around the world if I thought it was going to be exciting enough to justify the journey. But I have misgivings about it.
Kate put, I definitely think people have misconceptions about the kind of performance you can get from reading the script.
The scripts don't bother me, but I do think that's not what people are anticipating. And I think the producers will have realized that, and it's their responsibility to convey what the show is. But yeah, like Encores, the script in hand has never bothered me.
Thea said, Aaron, what would you say is your catchphrase? I don't think I have one.
Mine came to me accidentally. I think I'm a big proponent of the idea that you can't choose your catchphrase.
Yeah, I kind of think in the vlogs, if I end up saying something and it just keeps happening, it'll become a thing. I feel like someone will tell me what I keep saying, and it will just end up being a thing. But nothing so far has stuck. James asked, do you want another version of Mamma Mia casting on ITV, but for a different musical? Do we want another reality TV casting show?
I mean, yeah, but I'd rather it were more like...
I wish it was like more like the BBC ones. I think they do the better job. And I think because the performers wouldn't have to also spend as long not being able to audition for work.
That's a big thing.
Like, I think hearing about that and hearing how long, because they filmed it and then it took so long for them to air it, there were so many performers that just were stuck.
Especially the ones in the final.
Yeah. So I kind of prefer the BBC model because in the BBC version, it was live. So once they were out, they could do whatever they wanted.
You get a phone call in real time.
It was a much smaller period of time. And also, I feel like people invested more. I feel like when I've spoken to people that loved the BBC ones but didn't get into the ITV one, the big reason was that, like, for the people that were part of the show, like the contestants, they knew when they were going to leave, which episode, and all of this months ahead. So there's not that same kind of momentum that you have with a BBC one, where nobody knew how it was going to go because it was every week you'd find out.
And it was a better showcase of musical theatre because they had other shows featured. The sing-offs were mostly musical theatre songs.
It's easier to feature the shows as well in the West End that could appear and guests and stuff. Like, because if it's in the studio office, if it's in a studio, you're in the middle of the West End, so people can make an appearance. You can highlight the cast of that current show.
I feel like we've honestly gone backwards with allowing West End performers to have a profile because you had like, who was mentoring them this week? Oh, it's West End star Kerry Ellis, and I don't think you'd get that now.
No, we were lucky that Maz. We were lucky that Maz was part of it, but still, I think you can tell with like how big like performers getting on TikTok and on social media that are in the West End, that a show could do well if you were focusing on those performers more. I think it tried to be too much of like the showing off Greece, and actually people adored the BBC model, and like so many big, like loads of really good, really like well-known careers came from that show. Those shows.
They did. Look at the Nancy series.
Yeah.
Your Sam Barks, your Jessie Buckley, your Jodie Benji, your Rachel Tucker, Amy Booth Steele.
So like, yeah, I would like another one. I just would like it like that.
Sarah Love.
Yeah.
Cleopatra.
Have you another game challenge planned with the three of you? I haven't actually spoken about it.
No, I don't know.
It's when.
When, yeah.
We have a really big issue of when, which I can't say why, but there's an issue of when. It would have to be very soon.
That makes it sound like we're like moving out of the country, which we're not.
No, we're not.
We're just going on holiday.
Yeah. We've also just got a lot of travel coming. Like, there's just a lot of movements of when we'll be about.
Yeah.
It feels like it should.
I'm doing quite well here. I don't think you can see any of this. That's what I've been up to.
Ooh. Sheila G put, I saw Oliver with my daughter New Year's Eve. It's a masterpiece. We'll go again and again.
Oh.
Veronica put holiday, they say. This one is.
That's why I'm not telling you, because I feel like it would be unfair for me to say we're going to this place and that I'm not vlogging it, because I might change my mind. Vlog it. You might vlog it.
Are you vlogging? I think I might.
Yeah.
Are you going to vlog the first part of it?
Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about that just today.
Yeah.
But I really do want to try and...
You need to be able to switch off.
Yeah. Especially after December, after videos every day for a month.
I hope you boys are eloping.
Our mothers would not be happy.
I was going to say, our family would not be happy, as we're not going to be where they are.
Also, I don't want to miss out on the chance to try a bunch of different wedding cakes. I told you, I'm going to spend as soon as we have
so many gluten-free wedding cakes. You got to remind yourself that bit.
As soon as we no, that's what I'm going to do. So as soon as we have a date, which hopefully might be within the near to distant future, that we establish a date. My plan has always been to take as much time as possible to like try all the different wedding cakes and then do a second round to be like, right, you've been shortlisted. And then after doing this for months, after trying all the different wedding cake options, then at the end of this, I'll be like, oh, sorry, I just remembered it has to be gluten-free. Like, this is the truth. When else in life do you get to a valid excuse for trying that many different cakes?
That's interesting. Archie said, we've taken out a single seat in the front row of the Gielgud to fit in the conductor.
Yeah. Old school.
Old school?
It's like having the conductor there, right at the front. Not below in a pit, not behind in a different room.
Wait, as in they're not in the pit?
I think that it's one of those where it's like the pit comes right up to the edge and they're just like right there. They're not in the pit, but it's...
I get you. That's why I was confused.
It's the Gielgud. The Gielgud doesn't have a... the Gielgud doesn't have a pit.
No.
Company, they were on stage.
Yeah, the back.
No, Company was at the... Yeah, Company was at the Gielgud.
Yes, but... Did they have one for... I saw Curious Incident there, and I can't remember if they did have a pit when they did Curious Incident.
Didn't have an orchestra pit.
I thought about it. I thought they did.
Curious Incident didn't have an orchestra pit. Didn't need an orchestra pit.
They had the escalator. They had things in it that have been taken out since. This is what I can't remember.
It was on the back wall. They never went sub, I don't think. Well, they might have had a trap, but I can't
remember.
Don't remember.
It's hard to remember they used the substage for the pit. Hence the silly sticking out into the front row.
What would you do to make Dear Evan Hansen so different? Just a completely different conceptual...
Oh, that's right. For the underground bit. I remember that. When they used to do the underground. Because then they had to take it out when they moved it. It went out in future productions, which is why I always felt like I was dreaming about the underground.
Fair enough. For a completely different Dear Evan Hansen, I would do something completely different conceptually. In terms of the staging, I would get rid of all the screens and the tech elements. I don't think they help it necessarily. And I would do something that would kind of give it more kinship to its morally grey areas. Like, for example, a staging where they're all sat around on plastic chairs and everyone stays in the space the whole time. So they have to watch everything that happens when their characters aren't present. And it's like, conceptually, it's like you're seeing a therapy session where they're having to repeat everything that took place in order to work through it as a group.
We finished at 34?
Yes.
You
want to swap in?
Yeah.
I think these are all spare bits and pieces. Cool. I just really liked that here. Can someone do that, please?
You can carry on with the questions. Oh, Kate, give me Jamie Lloyd, Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah. And if they're going to do social media stuff, can they do it like We Live in Cairo? Because I really liked the way that they used historic social media posts, and it wasn't like blah 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 blah. Don't need that. More powerful to just get. Oh my gosh! Okay, plastic chairs and an old OHP. Like remember those like school hall projectors where you put the translucent sheets on and it would project. Give me that for like a handful of like it's somewhere between a police interrogation and a life support therapy session. That's the Dear Evan Hansen that I would bring to the stage. What musical would you like to direct and how different would you do it and who would be cast? Mine would be Wicked and I would use a revolve for Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity or Hamilton. I would love to direct an Into the Woods and I would love to I'd really want to have a think about what the concept would be. I just want to play with that show. I want to play with that material, but something conceptually that really evokes the trickier themes around parenting, and because that's what the whole thing riffs on. So much of the show and its themes is articulated in the first midnight or second midnight, whichever the cut song is, where they sing the bit of Children Will Listen that came back when they're like, how will you say to our child in the night, nothing's all black, but then nothing's all white. That's something I'd love to find a way to explore through the direction, because I think a lot of Into the Woods revivals have become, they get a little preoccupied with like, how will the trees happen? And I'd love to do something. Is it set in a nursery? Is it set in like a childcare facility? Is it set in an orphanage? Is it set in? I'd love to do cabaret in an asylum, or like just like things like this. I'm all into a concept. Just home from the Palladium Panto. Who was your special guest? Oh, yeah. Most uncomfortable seats in the West End for me, it's the Ambassadors Theatre. Arts? Got to go a long way to beat the Arts. Frankie here in Hell's Kitchen, NYC. We met at intermission of Tammy Faye. I remember. Next time you're in town, we will. We will indeed let you know. Did you see, I don't suppose you will have, Frankie the other day, Timothée Chalamet and Coleman Domingo were on a British chat show together as guests and bonded over the fact that they both lived in, I don't know if Coleman Domingo still lives there, but they both at a time lived in Manhattan Plaza, and they were chatting about that. Into the Woods in a nursing home where it's adult children losing their elderly parents. Oh, Kate. Gold dust, Kate Rankin. Gold dust. Who would you like to see in the next West End cast of Six the Musical? Talented people. Talented people playing the kinds of people in those roles that we haven't seen in those roles before. Yeah. Casting with complete abandon when it comes to body type, which Six has been pretty great at.
Six has been really good at it.
There are a couple of consistencies that we've started to see in some tracks, and I love any time it's like they're like completely different casting.
I also do love when we see Stambos or swings, super swings, then get to step into being one of the leading queens in the West End, because I think that's a nice, like, I think Six is one of the rare shows that gives hope to people that cover roles.
Yeah.
That they can become the lead. Like, Wicked's kind of one of those few shows that actually still does that, where you see people progress as cover, like, second cover Elphaba, then become standby Elphaba, then become Elphaba. Yeah. Like,
Jennifer Saunders was King Richard tonight. We haven't seen it yet. We usually, when we see the Palladium Panto in previous years, we've seen it right at the end because it's just easier. December's always a busy time for us to try and see anything. and it's easier to try and catch the Palladium Panto right at the end of its run when people aren't feeling Christmassy anymore. Why hasn't the Wicked cast come out yet? Because trying to make noise with Wicked marketing, trying to get ahead of the SEO of the Wicked movie, they will have realized is an impossible game. So they're waiting for the Wicked movie noise to die down as much as possible, and then they're going to talk about the Wicked musical cast. But we should be getting casting news for Broadway and the West End within the next month or so. I think Broadway changes in March.
So West End normally announced in November. That's how behind. That's how behind they are in announcing. Like the tour is getting ready to close. The UK tour.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy. How close it is.
Hi Nicole. Hi in NYC. Hello. Do you think Phantom of the Opera can work as an immersive piece? Yeah. I just think doing it in New York is so... I just think it's asking for trouble because you're going to get tourists. Here's the thing to remember, because by virtue of you all being here, you follow theatre things. And there are still shows...
Which we love.
What?
So we love that everybody follows.
Oh, of course. There are still shows that I only find out about like when they're already happening, already closing. I'm like, how did I miss that? There's so much theatre. There's still stuff that I miss. I'm sure a lot of you feel that way as well. For the casual theatre tourist who is not following the small handful, who's not following Playbill or Broadway.com or Broadway World or Theatre Mania or content creators or Theatrely, there's every possibility they have no idea Phantom closed. There are lots of people, I would wager, heading to New York who don't know Phantom closed.
Yes.
And so I worry about them getting to New York and lining up and being like, we want to go see Phantom and Wicked and The Lion King and Mamma Mia. They don't know Mamma Mia's not on. And I worry about them getting in a line at TKTS and being able to buy Phantom of the Opera tickets and getting directed to this new building that looks like a theatre and then ending up in an immersive space being like, when do we sit down for the show? I think it's asking for trouble. All I'm saying.
Oh, somebody just put hi. I want to thank you for your maybe happy ending review. I saw the show 3 times already after your review and plan to see it a 4th time.
That's amazing. I'm delighted. I am so happy. The best thing I can hope for is that when I see particularly a show that I think is wonderful, that is not like the most commercially obvious, that is going to have a little bit of more of an uphill battle, all I want to be able to do is to help direct people to that and help that show to thrive. So thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for telling us that. And thank you for taking a chance on that show. And I'm so glad that you loved it. And I'm jealous that you've seen it 4 times. I've only seen it twice.
I will say, if we've been to see a show multiple times on Broadway, that is the time that we seriously love it.
Sometimes.
I think you seriously loved that show.
We saw Lempicka twice. I enjoyed Lempicka.
Lempicka was an interesting one though because you couldn't. Well, you didn't end it. You haven't ended up yet being able to fully talk about it.
No, but I'm going to.
No, but we saw it first with covers who were incredible, but then everybody was talking about you couldn't have a full viewpoint without seeing.
Yeah, that was a case of going back to see everyone in it, to see the performances that people have been talking about. But also, I watched it the first time and I was like, right, I get it now, and I know how to enjoy it going back into it the second time, and it still frustrated me. But I'm glad to have seen it twice. I think, I said this recently, my hot take is to review something properly, you need to see it twice. And we don't have the time or the finances to be able to invite critics to see stuff twice. But shows that I've had the luxury of seeing twice, I've had such a clearer overview of how and why they work and the choices that they make. Seeing something like, if I'd reviewed Hadestown the first time I saw it, I'd have been like, yeah, it's kind of nice, but I'm indifferent to it emotionally. It took me multiple visits to get Hadestown. I'm not ashamed to say. Oh, look at that. When do you think Wicked cast change will be announced? I don't know.
No.
Ask Glinda. What else do we have here? Yeah, maybe Happy Ending just made $1 million at the box office last week. They have been going like this. And there are teams behind that show doing great work. And there's a lot of other people, not just me, all really trying to help promote that show and help tell people how great it is. Because it really is. If anyone is going to be in New York anytime soon and you haven't yet seen Maybe Happy Ending, that is my biggest recommendation. I think I'm on the gold level for Today Tix Rewards.
You are?
Yeah. Yes, Natasha Pierre in Toronto this summer. Fun. We're making this. We have gotten pretty far with the Lego. So this is how we're doing. This is how it's going. Haven't seen Hansel and Gretel this year or last year, and haven't seen the producers yet either. But excited to try and see it soon. I love the producers as a show.
You do? I don't see it's like a frame. And you have the...
That's cute. What do we think the Chichester Festival Theatre summer show will be?
I don't know. So last year's show was weird because it was a Cameron...
It was Oliver ahead of...
It was developing it there, but it was essentially kind of a rental in many senses. And I don't know whether that's a new model for Chichester or not.
There's a lot of American classic musicals.
Crazy for You was as well, actually. So this is a new thing.
There's a lot of American classic musicals I would like to see again in the UK, like The Music Man and On the 20th Century. What have you lost?
Oh, I thought something fell, but then I couldn't see it.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mystery of Edwin Drood, which I was very sad to miss at Goodspeed last summer. Lincoln Centre's an amazing theatre. I love Lincoln Centre. I haven't yet loved a show there. That's not it. That's not its fault.
No, but that is the truth. What's
in store for Cyrano? Hopefully global domination. It's never been done, that production, in North America, I don't think. So a nice little off-Broadway moment for Cyrano or Canada. Send it to Toronto. Any new Shucked or Stereophonic West End transfer rumours? Jack O'Brien said in an interview that Shucked was going to Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, and I have spoken to someone close to the show, very, 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 very close to the show, and I have no reason to believe that that is not the case. I believe it's cast, but we're waiting for Regent's Park to announce their entire season. Stereophonic, maybe when they close on Broadway on the 12th, they'll put out a press release saying these are the future plans for Stereophonic, and there's going to be a movie and there's going to be a West End or whatever. Because like Job did that when it closed on Broadway. Job said they have a bunch of... I think Job will come to London, by the way. Because they said they had about 12 future productions planned, including Europe. Isaac, what cameras do I use for everything that I do? So we have... Aaron and I both have DJIs, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Yeah. The ones that you see like nearly every YouTuber has.
They've become very popular of late. Those are good for vlogging. I don't use those for my static videos in the office next door. For those, I use a Sony ZV-1, which is also officially a vlogging camera because it has a screen that flips out to the side.
Let's find out. Yes.
It's a leaf.
Yes. Thank you.
Love never dies. Has Gentleman's Guide ever gone to London? No.
Nope.
No.
It's never been in the UK.
Oh, Kate, how are you getting on with... Have you given it a name? Mine is called DJ Cosmo. Aaron's is called Princess Ozma.
Yes.
I'm so glad that I corrupted you into buying it.
Yes,
it is life-changingly good.
It is very good. It's very easy as well. It kind of does what you need. I love that it does both vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite thing is once it's named, because when you get to like You feel like they have a personality.
Yeah.
Your friend.
Any thoughts on Gypsy having to close for a whole week during the holidays? I felt so sorry for the whole cast, but was curious about why their understudies didn't rehearse yet. That's not necessarily the case. It's possible that the wrong understudies were also sick.
I think it was a case of all the covers that could have been on.
Yeah. If it was understudies, they'd have rehearsed them in a day and it would have reopened a day later.
If it was understudies, they would have been on a lot sooner.
Kate, you can film in 4K as well. Sorry, Ellen, I'm reading from two places. Repeat your question and I will answer it this time. I hadn't seen it. Wait a minute. Oh, too many. Thoughts on Ghost Quartet. I love Ghost Quartet and I wish I'd seen it a second time because I saw it, like, mind boggled by it, went away and listened to it a lot, started piecing it all together, and I haven't seen it again since. So I need to go and see it again. But I really enjoyed it at the Boulevard Theatre just before the world ended back in 2020.
Kate, but I'm using it for static videos and the quality jump is insane.
I've started a Wicked for Good countdown on my TikTok. I'm doing it on US time though. Oh, are we like 11 months now?
Mm-hmm.
Less than 11 months, I guess. 323 days and counting. Ellen, you're doing the Lord's work. Any thoughts about Wicked on Broadway making $5 million last week? Listen,
it proves that you can do a film or a pro show and it shouldn't affect the show itself. It will just bring more people to that show.
Anything that puts musical theatre in the mainstream culture is doing great work for the industry, and it goes to show that it's really not there much of the time. I mean, Wicked's been doing a great job just to be at the Gershwin for so many years. Huge theatre. And it's Wicked, it's not some unknown show, but throughout that whole Wicked movie process, was just so fascinated by the number of people who hadn't seen Wicked. I was like, how are there even people who haven't seen Wicked? Like, the world is so big. People
finding out about, like,
people who still don't know what's going to happen in the next film.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh wait, do you? Because you were like, I remember you said before, you're like, well, everybody knows, so there's not going to need to be the spoilers of part 2, and it's actually like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
so many people, like it kind of feels like Spoilergate.
Yeah. What else do we have here? Oh. Thoughts on Wicked's successes as top contender for awards? I have such a hard time believing any movie musical will ever win the Academy Award for Best Picture. But it's happened.
It has happened.
Chicago did. I just think that even felt a little bit more artistic than Wicked, which I still think feels pretty blockbustery commercially. I don't know. It's not my world. It's not my world. I don't think I have nearly as good insight about film awards as I do about the theatre ones and kind of like the nature of what kind of a show can win Best Musical, which Wicked didn't, of course. So, yeah, I think Golden Globes for sure. Ariana has the best chance, I think, because she's going in for supporting, and it's such a, when you get a supporting role and people are saying, is it a supporting or is it a leading role, and that's how big it is, that's a great position to be in because it means you have a lot of material. I think Wicked might get a Best Picture nomination, which would be a big enough deal, actually.
Especially when you think there's a part 2.
Yeah. I'd love to see them, both of the two of them, get nominated. Do you think the West End run of Titanic will get an extension? I hope so. Reviews will be coming out in just over a week. Or in a week. Maybe in a week. Yeah, I need to message Catherine Quinn about this possibility of a Hwaboon plush. I saw her teasing it, and I'm like, Catherine, if a Hwaboon plush is happening, I will get on a plane. I will get on a cargo ship. I will craft Daedalus-style wings and fly across the Atlantic.
She teased it to me when I spoke to her recently.
Maybe happy ending is my show. Hwaboon is my boy. I love those robots. I love that plant. You got a Jonathan Bailey shirt for Christmas. That's iconic. Is the plush an actual plant? I'd take either.
I know real plants, I think, have happened because they're on the website. I saw somebody share that to me.
Very exciting. Very exciting. What else have we got going on here? I'm so excited for Back to the Future in Sydney. It's not coming to Brisbane, so I will need to travel. They're all over the world in 2025. Is Back to the Future?
Yeah, it's on the cruise ship.
Oh, thank you, David. That's very kind. We will. Yeah. Happy Friday morning. Yeah, happy Friday morning to you too, William. Yes. Is it just past midnight? It has just past midnight. That's what's happened. What are 5 more unknown musicals you think people should check out? 5 unknown musicals people should check out. Assassins. It's not unknown. It's Sondheim, but smaller. I'm trying to think of things that aren't huge. For Americans, Operation Mincemeat coming to Broadway, but unknown musicals like not Broadway and not West End. Ride is a show that I love. The trouble is, it's a lot that haven't been recorded because if we're thinking really unknown, then we're going down to stuff I saw at Fringe that I haven't seen since. Do you remember Americana, A Murder Ballad?
Oh, yeah.
I think about that show often, and that was like developed with American college students about gun violence, and I don't know that show has a professional future, but it was so good. Yeah, I think the competition for the Tonys this year is going to be Dead Outlaw, maybe Happy Ending, Operation Mincemeat, and
like a Death Becomes Her, or
one of the bigger commercial vehicles like a Boop or a Smash or a Death Becomes Her, whoever comes out on top from those. Okay. I know a little bit. I don't know Ride the Cyclone. I haven't listened to Ride the Cyclone, but I know the internet is a big fan of it.
And our friend Brendan.
Oh, Brendan's done a great documentary about it, yes. Babies. So I know that Jack Godfrey, he said when he did the show that he was working on both, on Babies and 42 Balloons. And there seems to be, people have seen this now, there seems to be a suggestion that 42 Balloons may be happening regionally in the US because there was a casting thing that went out. But I don't think it's been officially announced.
No, it's not been officially announced.
But Babies is British set and 42 Balloons is American set. So
that will make a difference.
It makes it's kind of more obvious for that to be the one that goes across the Atlantic first. Eva, is that the same The Fix that was at the Don Mar that had the songs like 1, 2, 3, that's how I feel about the future? Is it based on a film or am I making that up?
Oh, maybe.
Chances of Guys and Dolls making a return in some form. This production, I mean, it could only be at the Bridge.
They've never really done returns so far.
Yeah.
I think if it did, it would be like away. It's like a anniversary throwback.
Did you see Ellen's chat about Eugenius? Did you see Eugenius in person?
Mm-hmm. 2 different productions.
Go Eugenius, go Eugenius.
I saw 2 different productions. I saw the first cast and then the second cast when Rob Houchen came in as one of the replacements. So I did 2 ones.
Oh, because that's the version I saw, the pro shot, which
that's the second version.
Yeah, that was Houchen.
Yeah, because the Eugene's changed.
Because it was Thingy before, who's going into the Hamilton tour as King George. Was it not? Am I making it up? Grinning Man?
No, I know who you mean, but he
was he not? Who was he not the Eugene?
So. If he was, I did not realise it was him. I thought it was somebody else.
Who was the first Eugene? Everybody. Yeah, originally directed by Sam Mendes and Philip Quast, won his second Olivier for. I love Philip Quast. And
you like saying his name as well.
Not based on a movie. One, two, three. That's how I feel about the future. That's how I deal with it all. I only know that song because John Barrowman did it on Hey Mr. Producer. Which I watched at a formative age.
Yeah, that's why I know it.
They went from that section into Little Shop of Horrors. With Ellen Green being iconic.
Oh, this is the bottle.
We are in multiple streams. We're on YouTube and TikTok.
Which might not be here for Americans at the end of the month.
Thoughts on me referencing your channel in my personal statement? How so? I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
Well, you see, 9 when it comes back to the NT in the summer. I'm bad at catching national theatre productions because they require a level of organisation that...
And dates, and we never have dates.
Yeah. I want to see more stuff at the National this year. And so, hopefully... Ellen, I know how you feel. If I could have a private plane that also actively helped the environment rather than impeded it and was very free, that's the dream, just to be able to fly around everywhere and see all of the theatre, because flights be expensive. Do you have any plans to visit any more UK theatres this year? There are some pretty great ones up north and some great behind the scenes tours. I eventually want to visit every single theatre in the UK.
Can you put the QR code on in the middle?
I can. So yes, would love to.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to visit so many, but it's always fun to take off new cities, especially.
Yeah, I want to do theatre in every county.
The W facing down.
Yeah.
We need to tick off Wales and Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And Ireland.
And Ireland.
That's kind of free that I'm like, how is that not? It never happened.
This therefore encouraged me to explore critical articles such as What's on Stage publications and professional theatre critics such as MickeyJoTheatre on the platform. I'm honoured. I'm honoured. And you called me a professional theatre critic, which I appreciate and a lot of people will find personally triggering and upsetting. So thank you. I appreciate that very much. And I hope that personal statement is very successful for you. Would love to go to the Broadcast Theatre in Dublin. Yes, so would I. We still need to see the Mary Poppins tour.
We definitely are, because
I know we're seeing it later in the year, but
yeah.
I hope I have helped get you into uni. Yes. Yeah, Ellen, that's true. We don't live in Australia where it takes 5 hours to fly across the country. That's wild. That is wild. I mean,
I guess America's the same.
Yeah, because I've flown Bournemouth to Edinburgh before, which is not the entire height of the United Kingdom, but it's most of it. And that took less than 2 hours. I think only just more than one. It was years ago, I forget. Maybe closer to an hour and a half. But it was not a long time. Yeah, I've seen Jonathan Bailey before.
We both have in company.
Yeah, and then I saw him in the play that he did afterwards at the Ambassadors, the name of which I'm avoiding saying because I don't think the internet would be happy with me. The Mike Bartlett play.
The one that Taron Egerton was in? Yes.
Well, yes.
He was in for a tiny bit of it.
Yes. But I feel even then, Jonathan Bailey, yeah, that's the one, Eva, yes. I feel even then, Jonathan Bailey has, not that he wasn't always an attractive and talented man, but I feel he's glowed up even further.
Yeah. Now the world's kind of aware.
He was at Starlight Express last week and producers, this what I wouldn't have given to see Starlight Express sat behind Jonathan Bailey. That's like an ultimate experience. Yes, Kate. Yes. Yeah, and yes, Ellen. Yeah.
What?
They were confirming the play that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
If your plan for your gap year is to go either to Thailand or Japan and volunteer teach there, the best for theatre culture would be Japan, from my understanding. But it might depend whereabouts you are.
That's annoying. I can get it on there, but then...
It doesn't stay very well.
Maybe there. I think that's the best.
There?
Yeah, it's got to go on there.
You've done excellent work here.
See what I mean? I got it on there, but it's not. Oh, so these have homes. So that's where that goes.
Does that stand in?
That goes over here.
Oh, I see.
They all have like homes, so she can hold them.
We're getting there with it. 2 hours 11 into the live stream. We are getting there. May I? I'm having flashbacks. No.
Yeah. She goes on those 2 pops.
There was a comment that just said, "Don't break it again." Not to call you out. You've done excellent work.
Just to show everyone. As this is what the live stream.
We're doing it. We're doing the thing.
Yeah. So now it's just alphabetical.
I know Suffs is closing this Sunday. I hope it goes on tour. Has the pro shot officially been announced? I think it has.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know a pro shot is happening.
Well, it has enough that everybody knows it is because it was literally on the signs.
Yeah.
I think it has been officially announced. But it'll just be a long way away. The white bits.
Yeah.
There.
Is she on? She's on.
Yeah.
And I hope there are multiple subsequent regional productions of Suffs.
Well, there's going to be a tour.
Hey, Ella.
Did they announce the tour, though, didn't they?
Have they announced the tour?
I thought they announced the tour ages
I can't remember.
Yes, they announced the tour ages ago.
Look at this, everyone. We're halfway there. Or we're halfway there. Or if you go by the end of the musical, we're done.
Well, no, she's...
It's a bit.
That's not even accurate to the end of the film.
This is...
That's the start of the film.
Yeah, this is... Okay, this is the start. This is how the film's like. And we're done. We're done. There you go. Isaac, I hope you feel better. I'm sorry to hear that. They officially announced it for PBS, but it's going to be a while, I guess.
Yeah, because Yellowface is this year.
Yeah. Okay. Is it time for me to build Alphabet?
This is Alphabet, yeah.
I'm ready. We can do this in under 3 hours. If anyone fancies joining us for a further 45 minutes.
Well, we need to be kind of quick because Kate will be going live.
Yeah. A little piece went down to the back of there.
Yeah. I'm going to have a water, I think, so called pressure.
Oh. Good job so far. Thank you. I appreciate the validation. We needed that. I don't even know what fell. Yes, please. Is there still more 5 to open? Is that all the bags?
Yeah.
I don't think that can be all the bags.
That was all of it.
This is not looking like enough for an entire witch.
She doesn't have the sticky outfits the same as Glinda did. Glinda had the bubble dress.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is it.
She's melted.
Oh, nobody will realise that Sean's actually here because he's not in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Sean is with us, everyone.
Yeah, Sean is here. If people are familiar with Sean. Ella, I thought you said nearly 2:30 in the morning. I was like, what time is it? Wow. Did you guys enjoy Little Shop of Horrors? Yes. No one mourns the wicked. Thoughts on the deleted scenes from Wicked? That scene where Ariana is like, if you needed someone to help you, you could have picked me. I was like, I can't believe that this didn't make it into the film. Like, cut the balloon that goes nowhere before you cut half of that bit on the train platform, because that was, my gosh, that was everything. And also it speaks so directly to Defying Gravity when she doesn't go with her. When you have that scene before where she says to her, like, if you needed someone to help you to save the lion cub, I'd have done it. I'd be by your side. And she's like,
I didn't realise I hadn't seen about that scene.
Oh, it's incredible. It's like,
should we not do an extended cut?
Maybe. Glinda's trying to do magic and Elphaba like reassures her and Glinda's getting insecure about it, and Elphaba's like, maybe it's because you never had to struggle with anything, that you never needed magic. Like Matilda.
Yeah.
And then
I'll just soak to the floor.
Then she says, by the way, that day with the lion cub, I woke up and you and Fiero were gone, and she's like, if you needed someone to help you, you could have taken me. It's so sad.
Yeah, because the thing is, Elphaba chose who she was going to send to sleep.
Did she? We don't know. We don't know that.
Well, even if it was subconscious.
That's the thing, but that's not choosing.
Well, no, that's her. Still would be her subconscious saying she didn't want Glinda to be awake.
The subconscious is not a choice. Like the other night when my subconscious made me go see a different production of the play Stereophonic. In my dream, I had a dream where we went to see Stereophonic, but there were no songs, and it was a different play. Yeah. Sean, I think, is asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep.
So you'll not see Sean. You'll just have to imagine Sean saying, hello. I'll let you take a grasp of the questions so I can really just knuckle down here and get this done. I'll see you when I get there. I'm gonna see you when I get there. I'll see you when I get there. I've got a question. Since we're thinking like 2024.
See you soon, Isaac.
Since we're doing 2024 down and like thinking about the last year, we've done a lot of talk about like best shows of the year, worst shows of the year.
Shows you're most looking forward to in 2025?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, what is the best musical theatre song that debuted in the year 2024? What was the song of the year? Oh, I'm making legs. I can tell. That's a foot.
I'm trying to think. See, it's tricky because you'd kind of say like Helium, but it's weird because we'd heard it at the concert.
Yeah. But like first staged.
Yeah, so Helium would be one of them.
Helium's up there. Disco Ball from Why Am I So Single is up there for me. My Days from The Notebook.
Has become a moment.
I don't think it's the best song in The Notebook, but I think its impact has been undeniable, and a lot of that is because of Joy Woods' performance. Woods's.
I mean, New Money from Gatsby's kind of.
I mean, that's just like viral song of the year. That's a different question because again, I don't think that's the best song in that score.
It's interesting as well, though. Actually, with My Days is weird though because The Notebook debuted regionally first.
Yeah.
The thing with My Days that is interesting is when it's a show that like it is like the song that's probably had like the biggest song that everybody was like using as their "This Is Me" singing it.
Yeah.
Which I think the year before was Shooked and independently owned.
I didn't see that many people covering independently owned.
But it was the song everybody spoke about.
Yeah.
Like, it was the moment, was Alex Norton that moment at the end.
Yeah, true.
And it feels like My Days kind of became that.
Double Down is a great song. With One Look is not a new song.
Oh, New York from Two Strangers.
New York, I'm already bumping the coke in New York. You're so right. You're so right.
I mean, that's become a great new song for people to put on reels and stuff if they're going to New York.
It's Alphabet, everybody. She looks like one of those Star Wars droids that's just a box on legs. I'm very tired. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. What am I looking for? You're just watching me now. You gotta talk to the people.
Double Down is a real earworm, and what's interesting was that wasn't in any of the workshops or the stage concert. It was the new song, which amazed me really, because it says something about Jack Godfrey, that he's just so good at writing.
Yeah. I'm sad for the songs that we might be losing from 42 Balloons and Babies.
Yeah. I really hope that if we do lose stuff, that things are recorded. Because we're kind of like, with both shows, waiting for... Well, with 42 Balloons, we've got the longer play of it.
Yeah.
But I just love his music so much. I just want it all.
Do you want to guess what Kate's favourite song from 42 Balloons is? Because I don't think it's one of the big hitters.
Oh, I see.
It's a groove. It's an undeniable groove, as is the whole thing.
It's the Larry song.
Launch Larry. Ba, 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 ba. Just an update for everyone on how it's going.
Glinda.
This is how it's going. I'm building the alphabet.
And then it will be done.
This is currently alphabet.
See, and you thought there wouldn't be enough pieces for her.
She's coming together. I shan't lie.
Hannah, this is the want that we wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I think I just really love how they're quite, like, we've got an area that will stand and you'll be able to see Elphaba and Glinda from a distance.
I think it's the best for displaying.
They're cute. I love it, like, her broom. It's like this, like, broomy piece. I want more theatre Lego. I'm like, you know what? Now they've done this. Like, give us a Les Mis set, or give us a
Les Mis Lego
Phantom set.
Would be excellent. A Lego barricade.
I just like do one-offs with theatre, like the big shows. I feel like once a show's been on for a certain amount of time, loads of loads of like different brands should collaborate.
Like Les Mis 40th anniversary.
Well, that's this year.
Yeah. David, we never saw the other Gatsby. We never saw the ART one.
Oh, we
I can't speak on it.
We gained Alphabet and Glinda Funkos are up there on the top.
Your mum got them for you for Christmas, and I was tasked with not letting you. I had to prevent you from buying them of your own accord.
Yeah, and then we've got to go and get the rest.
Yeah.
Are we getting every version, or are we just getting one of each of the characters? Do we get the Shiz Elphaba and Glinda, or do we...
Depends what we encounter. The Shiz Glinda, I don't like the Funko. It looks very grey.
That's iconic. Kate put a set of just empty chairs at empty tables.
Simply empty chairs, empty tables. Empty chair. That's who Les Mis should do a branding sponsorship thing. It's just like a furniture shop. IKEA. Les Mis ex IKEA.
No, but Les Mis and IKEA creating a barricade would be fun.
Should we send an email to someone? That's such a good idea.
That would be fun.
She's getting there.
Just task the cast of Les Mis to go into one of the London IKEAs and create a barricade with the.
Your accent is so subtle, and then you'll say things like "task the cast."
What do you mean?
Task the cast. And I don't think I sound that posh until I say things like that.
Can people pick up on us having different accents fully?
I think the British people probably can.
Yeah.
But we have discernibly different vowels.
Yeah.
Erin is from the Midlands originally, and I am from the very south.
Yeah.
I can see France on a good day.
Can you actually?
No, that's always been a lie. We can see land masses, but they were like the Isle of Wight and Brownsea Island.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to think I could maybe see France from certain parts of the beach. I feel like
everything wishes they can. Because it'd be cool to be like, look, it's a different country.
Was I closer to France than I was to Birmingham? I did. I get how we've got me into a conversation about places.
Maybe. I guess you know but you can kind of guess by the time of flying. It's the same amount of time flying from that place to the other.
I don't think I've ever flown to France from Bournemouth. Don't look too close.
Oh, David, we haven't seen the other Gatsby, so that's why we can't say which we preferred. Yeah. Do we think Evita will go across the pond?
Depends how it does here.
I'm sorry, Ella. I set Ella off yawning.
Oh, no. Oh, your family's from Devon. Oh, that's fun. I used to go to Devon on holidays all the time. Please don't watch me while I leg it. I feel there's a level of scrutiny here that I'm not comfortable with. I'm feeling very perceived. No, I just broke it. Stop looking at me. You're making me self-conscious. Talk to the people.
Yes, that was correct.
This is what I have to deal with.
Oh, you were judging me when mine fell.
I wasn't. I was supportive. Inter Alia, I think, is going to be big. Yeah. It's the next play from the creatives behind Prima Facie. And Rosamund Pike is starring at National Theatre. It's going to be a big, big deal, I think.
I'm amazed how many theatres haven't announced if they're doing a musical this year yet. In spring or summer, yeah. Because do we think the Old Vic could do a big musical this year?
I don't know. I mean, in years gone by, they've done it in January.
But Groundhog Day was summer.
Groundhog Day was summer.
It's interesting as well because we're nearing the end of Matthew Waters's time. And we know that he was working on 2 different musicals that did workshops there.
Yeah.
Because there was Martin Guerre and Pride.
Martin Guerre has been rumoured for
it's done workshops there.
So long, yeah.
But the thing is, so does Pride. Pride's been rumoured to be in the works since when the film debuted.
Yeah.
It was discussed that a musical would happen.
I love that film.
I know, and it would work so well on stage, but I'd need to know if it's a score or if it's a jukebox.
Yeah.
And I don't know internally which I prefer because the jukebox in the film worked so well, but I think it worked so well because it was accompanying it.
I think we both feel very like we'd love to see it, but you better get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited about it, but the fact
I trust Matthew Waters.
I do. But 2 other things that I've really trusted him with musical theatre, we've known it was to mention.
True.
we knew who he was working with.
Yeah.
Whereas Pride has been so undercovered that like it's really difficult to know. And we're building this one. This is the set that we got. And this is the set we liked the most as well because it's really good for displaying and to put up and just to look at from a distance.
Yeah.
And it does look really nice in person. I mean, it's interesting with part 2 and stuff, whether, and then like, please create like a Fiero or other characters in the same style.
I don't know if I need that. I don't know. I don't need to have to ask myself difficult existential questions about whether or not I find a Lego piece attractive. That's not a place I need to go to. But it's bad enough with the Funko Pops.
I feel like a Fiero and a Memorable, or like the Dorothy Tin Man line and.
There's enough of that going around. Wizard of Oz has never struggled for merchandise. I said that in a really resentful way.
You're so over the Wizard of Oz.
No, just because that's like everything. All roads lead back to the Wizard of Oz, and like I'm a big proponent of let Wicked be Wicked.
Well, but they'll have different designs. So if you got those, it would be the Wicked version.
Yeah,
and they are the characters in Wicked.
It's Dorothy brackets Alphabet's version.
Great Comet will be eligible for Best New Musical. Yes.
And the producers is not. The Menier is not. I said the Menier is not eligible.
No.
For the Olivier's, because I've seen multiple people thinking that it is.
Yeah, no. Producers is not eligible. It'd only be eligible if it transferred.
What am I building here? It looks like a train.
That's what happened with Glinda.
Is this Alphabet's head?
Yes. That is the head.
I like the novelty of building it. Practically, they could just give you a headpiece to just go boop. Like this is ridiculous. What are people saying in there?
Martingale, yes, is in the 90s version, but I don't know if it had been changed. I think they've been trying to work for ages on a new version, like a version of it that could work.
This will be my alibi to the world and Martingale. James Corden was in the original West End production of Martingale. That's a fun musical theatre pub quiz trivia fact for you. Maybe I'll put that in the quiz at my next live show.
Ooh, fun question. Which cast recording are you most excited for in 2025?
Maybe Happy Ending.
Agreed. Yes, agreed. Maybe Happy Ending.
Day the air and snow.
Post Why Am I Insisting That the Garrick is a play, Unicorn. The play Unicorn is going to the Garrick.
As opposed to going to the Unicorn.
That would be very weird because Unicorn's like children's theatre.
Yes.
Here we are. Will be eligible for next year's Olivier's because the cutoff is in Feb.
Yeah.
We didn't see Dead Outlaw when we were in New York, so
I don't think it was ever on while we were there.
It was closing when we were there.
Oh.
It did its final performance, I think, when we were there, or the day before. It was like right when we were arriving on one of our trips.
How dare they?
Yeah, I really hope that Pride is the one that gets announced. So I really want to see it. I just want to know more about it, to be honest.
Also, it makes sense for the summer.
Yeah.
In a way that Martingale doesn't.
Yes, Lego do sets with the backing of enough people through Lego ideas. We just need clever Lego building tables to really push for it.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, I saw a photo of Nicole and Patty together for New Year's Eve.
I was going to post on Blue Sky to say sexuality is a spectrum because I'm engaged to be married to a man gay. I'm also musical theatre gay, but I'm not got invited to Patti LuPone's New Year's Eve party game. That's the spectrum. Going to NYC for the first time in December 2025. Any tips for my sister and I to have the best time? I'm a big proponent of the Museum of Broadway. I think it's great for theatre fans, just for photo ops, really. And it's a less crowded place to get your photo ops than like Times Square and those usual spots. Also, go to Friedman's and go to Gale's Broadway Rose.
It's so good.
That's my always tip to stage people. We've taken so many people there.
Yeah, so many of our friends.
I'm
Alice said for the Shiz, they made the Shiz set last night, and there's a way for another set to connect to it, so there might be more Shiz Lego when Part 2 comes out or something like that.
Except Part 2 spends no time at Shiz, in the musical at least.
But maybe there's a way that, you know, the big map of Oz, with all of them. Maybe they'll do it like all the different segments. You'll get a massive Oz playset.
It makes me laugh because, and I don't really.
Do you want me to finish up?
No. Would James Corden host the Oliviers? He's eligible this year, so
yeah.
I don't think so. No. Damn, you made the whole of the Glinda. Rude. I was going to say something, and then I became outraged, and I forgot. The cut-off date for a show to be eligible for the Tonys is usually has to have opening night before the end of April. Not the very end of April. It's usually a late April date.
And then for the Oliviers, it's mid-Feb.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Before you tried to steal my broomstick. What are we talking about? I don't remember. Let me carry on. Give me back whatever you just took.
There's another good question I saw, which was, how do you see UK theatre evolving in the next decade? Big question.
That's a big question.
I think we're going to see a change in London with theatres and spaces. I think an expansion, partly because we're seeing like areas like Canary Wharf and Oxford Street. No, but they're needing to change. Like the Canary Wharf is becoming more. It was the business district and it was just offices, but now they're trying to make it. They're redeveloping it to be residential and leisure, which means
trying to get tourists.
Theatre comes into that.
Trying to get tourists to a different part of London is a challenge.
But like, it's also the same with Oxford Street. Like, as busy as sometimes can be, they're finding that retail isn't working just on its own on that street.
Yeah, I don't think more theatres is a solution. I don't think more theatres is viable with the audiences we currently have. What was I going to say? You were going to tell us about the next Mickey J Live. I don't know. I don't think I was, but I appreciate you for trying to help me. Was it about Ellen's New York trip? Was it a suggestion?
Were talking about Friedman's.
We've taken a lot of
after
friends.
Friedman's.
No, that wasn't it. That was not it. It'll come to me, or it won't. Oh, it's time for the face.
Oh, Rachel just put, hi there, I found your channel a few months ago and love it. I'm a lurker normally, but just wanted to say hi. Hi,
Rachel, I appreciate that very much. You have the same name as my sister.
Oh, immediately before you were answering the James Corden question about the Oliviers.
Oh.
Posting the Oliviers because you said he was eligible.
He is. I don't know where I was going with that either. I'll be honest. I think we're never going to find a way back to before, but that's okay because sometimes you just have to accept that. What I love about this is that she can tilt her head to the side and give you like a slightly sarcastic, like,
so can
you're green. I
Yeah.
am.
Playbills or UK theatre programmes?
Playbills.
I agree. I'm a playbill boy. I know you get more, and I know that the design of the fronts can look more glam, but I just love that they all look like playbills are just, it's just uniform across shows. The same size. It makes it so much easier to store them.
Yeah.
And also, they're actually easier if you went and got them signed.
Easier to get signed. Everyone getting one for free is a better business model. It encourages people to find out more about the performers they are seeing on the stage, which is important.
It seems to make stage doors a lot calmer and a lot more, I think, safer in a way, because at least people know what to do, and it kind of, the performers come out with a Sharpie and it's just very more of a system.
It means you have fewer people trying to collect autographs.
Yeah. There's more rules about if you've got a playbill, then yes, but if you've not, then no. Oh, that's an interesting one. Jen put, I'd love for the electronic cast boards to be available to see online.
Yes. Good point.
I wonder how, because it'd be like at a certain point of the day, because they don't know until so long before for them to go live. But that would be fun.
Ooh, they were dancing with death.
One thing I will shout out is show socials that celebrate understudies' first performance in a role for their shows. It's happening more and more, and I really think it's a good thing.
Wicked just did it for Jessica Aubrey.
Wicked have done it for all of their covers on tour and in town, and I think it's a big moment to celebrate the first time that person has gone on in these big roles.
Yeah.
In any of the principal roles. I think that's a really, really good move.
It's a big deal for someone who grew up with Wicked. That's a big part of why they do professional musical theatre, to be debuting as Elphaba.
And also, these are like with Elphaba, like with Wicked, we see these people go from being an understudy to a standby to taking over the role. We see people from the tours go into town. So let's celebrate the start of their journey.
It's me,
Shielder.
Unlimited.
Her broom goes here.
Someone just said, any more news on the rumoured Shucked coming to Regent's Park? Hasn't been announced yet, but I think they've cast it.
And that's it. We're done.
I broke the broom.
Oh no.
She can't defy gravity. Gravity said no.
That goes in there. We did it. Will we be visiting Manchester to see more shows next year? For example, A Knight's Tale.
Oh yes. I'm not missing A Knight's Tale. Next Sondheim revival in London. I think everyone's due a night music, but we are getting the Frogs.
Yeah, we are getting the Frogs.
The Frogs is happening. Roadshow is currently happening. Here We Are is happening in April.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Avia said Newsies did it at 12 on the show's website, but it was really hard to find.
Did what?
The electronic
cast board. Yeah. Look, I've posed them in cute little ways.
We are British.
Who's British?
Us.
Yes. Careful. Be careful.
Ooh. Yay! How fun. I quite like having something like that we work on during a live.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. I enjoyed that. Don't manifest him dropping it. He's doing very well.
Yeah, let's not. Should I go and just put it there, or? I should have got the content of it while we were building it, but I was too stressed.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much to do.
Are we going to Musical Con this year if it's on? Probably.
If it's on, we'll be there.
Yeah. It's a great way to meet people and say hi to everyone. And it's on our Wicked section.
That's cute.
Yay!
That's cute.
No, that is cute, Bear.
It's cute.
Yay!
Cool. And it's not even 1 a.m.
No.
Wow.
And I feel like, well, Kate's been on here, so I don't know if Kate's live yet.
I think now is a good time for us
I think so.
to draw to a close, having achieved our goal.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that. It does, which I think is why we probably both like it in a way, because it feels more of an ode to like both.
Yeah, we've got up there now at the top of our program bookcase, and I'll show you this. I'll put up a picture right now on Instagram. How about that? So if you want to see what our Wicked Shrine currently looks like, head over to MickeyJoTheatre on Instagram, and I will post this, and you'll all know why I'm posting it. But currently we've got the Pops, the Legos, and the Alphaba singing doll all up there.
With the famous website link.
Yes. Thank you, David. Very kind. Thank you, everyone else,
Thank
for
you.
joining us on YouTube and on TikTok.
Lovely to see you all.
And we will attempt to be live again soon, maybe a similar time next week.
Who knows?
Yeah. In the meantime, lots more content coming from him and from me. Make sure to go find us across the social media.
Yeah.
We're both on YouTube. We're both on TikTok. We're both on Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn for business inquiries. Podcasts. Yeah. And say hello to us if you see us in person. This whole time I've been wearing a Wizard of Oz thing, and I hadn't even made the connection. Just saw myself. But thank you for joining us.
Ellen says, see you in Kate's comments.
Yes. Everyone who wants to continue watching a theatre content creator going live and chatting on socials, head over to TikTok and go, and Kate Ranking will be going live, if not already, then at some point subsequently, this evening for Americans, this morning for Australians, and continuing into the midnight hours for Brits. Otherwise, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're still live. I thought you were ending the Goodbye,
Let's get my
everybody.
phone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.